This podcast is powered
Yeah, I'm
by
running that intro thing.
bookingthatfight.com.
We get plays every day.
Hey. We back on the Thanksgiving, god damn it.
We make
Hey.
plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day, yeah.
Every day.
We make plays.
Y'all thought we was taking the week off on the GMM.
Plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day.
I got the bros on this one.
Make plays every day, yeah.
It's a power meeting on this one.
Plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day, yeah.
Hey, welcome to the after hours Thanksgiving Day special. You know what I'm saying? I am the host, Bogart Scott Free, and I'm here with the motherfucking bros. What's happening, bros?
What it is, boy?
Go ahead, state your name, gangsters.
Yeah. Fantasy Sweetness from Bears, Brews, and the Bros. Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble, motherfuckers. What's up?
Pause.
Happy Turkey Day,
A grown
motherfuckers.
man
It's
shouldn't
big
say
drill.
gobble.
It's big drill. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we on this motherfucker, dog. Hey, we lit. We get it in, bro. I hope everybody got their stomach full. We ready for this after dark madness.
Shout out, MM. You know what I'm saying? GMM.
Yeah.
Bogart.
Yeah, man, you guys already know Smoking Jay in the motherfucking house. We
Yeah.
sipping on that act, motherfucking the Bros, GMM, and them Playmakers. You know, you already know we don't know how to act, bro. Let's get it, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We normally Playmakers, we would run through housekeeping. We ain't doing none of that shit. We just getting right to it. You know what I'm saying? This is a glimpse, Playmakers, into the power meetings that we be having. You know what I mean? Like, you know, any given time of day, I might pick up the phone and pick, because I had picked up the frequency, and I had called one of the bros, and they would all be on the line already because we'd all had this meeting scheduled that we didn't know we was finna have. And this is a perfect example of that. You know what I mean? This is a power meeting. You know what I mean? We're week 12 just popped off. It's the most 2020 shit ever, where we lost a game on a Thanksgiving Day because of Corona. We had the Alex Smith led Washington Watch Yourselves versus the Gingerbread Man led Cowboys, and they were 3-7 going into the game, and now the Washington Watch Yourselves are the division leaders. That is the perfect representation of 2020. You know what I mean? Like, if I've ever heard one. Well, all right, so right out the gate, what's the most 2020 shit in fantasy for y'all so far this year? Like, something that is just like, wow, this is 2020 for real. Like, as in, like, the most outlandish, crazy shit. Like, I mean, you could say, like, Michael Thomas, being, or maybe even just in general, like, a lot of the top tier receivers weren't really panning out, besides maybe, Nuke Skywalker. Like, what's the most 2020 shit you've seen so far?
Hey, check it out, Bogart. Hey, I won't really say, like, what has been happening throughout the year. I'll just take these two games right here. This is really tell you first. And this is motherfucking the Detroit Lions and the Texans. I've never seen that turnover ratio with that many seconds in a game. Like, did you see that shit?
It was
like 4 turnovers in like
and
like, I don't know, and like in a small amount of plays. That
bro,
shit
and
was
I
crazy
played against Deshaun Watson, and I was like, for the life of me, I couldn't understand. I'm like, this game was ugly. Like, how is he balling? Like, it was just such an ugly game. But like, all of a sudden they're like, oh shit, man, let's get some fantasy points here, and just Will Fuller touchdown, flea flicker, like just. What in the? And then yes, the running backs were just turning that thing over. Like, it was crazy.
Hey, and then not only that, we go ahead and we tune into the later game, the Washington Watch Yourselves versus the Dallas Cowboys, and I think the Dallas Cowboys just lost their entire.
They lost their line in one drive.
Jesus.
The first drive of the game. So for anybody who has Zeke and has been disappointed all year, and then like last week. Against
we damn near gave him a spanking with the ranking last week, bro. So
I think what did I have him at 23, and then like I wanted to, and you know what's funny? He finished in the top 5 last week, top 6 at least. I think he's at number 6.
You just can't trust that offense right now, bro. That's what it comes down to. The most 2020 thing though is like, if you had one of those top heavy picks, you're hurting, bro. you talk about a motherfucking CMC,
Saquon, CMC, Saquon, or Zeke, right?
Yeah, man, those top heavy picks you were fitting in, and even a little bit later when you talk about Eckler, that shit hurt you. Nick Chubb, that's another draft pick that's probably hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
even Dreezy.
You got to be able to maneuver, bro. You got to be able to grab those pickups. Antonio Gibson was a pickup. DeAndre Swift was a pickup. These are
Mike
players
Davis
that
was a pickup.
talk about consistently for a reason, bro. These are players that we've not that we were like from day one saying, "Hey, draft him. He's a top 10 pick." We weren't saying that, but these are players we were talking about. These are people of interest. You know what I'm saying?
The goddamn middle rounds are murder. Like,
yeah.
If you have,
and that's what separate yourself.
If you had Terry, like, say you were the back of the first round. You went Devontae Adams. You swung around, maybe, and you got, let's say you're number 10 overall. You got Devontae Adams, and you're feeling yourself. You swung around, got Travis Kelce. Then you went like, let's say, Chris Carson maybe in the third, and you kind of dealt with it. But then you went James Conner maybe in the fourth, and then you just started killing it with Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, Tyler Boyd, niggas like that. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, you were winning. You know what I mean? Like that Terry McLaurin, like that middle round, bro, like of a receiver.
Terry McLaurin, don't talk about Terry McLaurin. If Renegade's around, so it's a good time for you to bring him up now.
Yeah. Oh, because apparently Terry McLaurin's a bum.
I caught a lot of flack, and I don't give a fuck. Every opportunity I get, I'm gonna bring it up. In the SBI, I caught a lot of flack from my squad, bro. Scary Terry was my wide receiver 3, bro. Come on, dog.
Man, I was so hot because I had how big I was on DJ Chark. So it was like Chark or McLaurin. I went Chark, and then you went McLaurin right after me, and I was hot. And I was like, damn it, because I was foolish to think that McLaurin would fall back to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that.
Nothing but dogs in that league.
I remember you taking DJ Chark, and I knew in the back of my head that he was that Smoking was gonna grab him. So I felt like that wasn't the best pick.
and you know what's crazy is being next to Smokey in the draft, like position wise. Pause. You know what I mean? I was like, bruh, if I don't get Chark right here, he's gonna grab him up. You know what I mean? And I think he was bigger. You were bigger on Chark than McLaurin, right?
Yeah. McLaurin was your guy.
Yeah, and that was what's fucked up is because with the whole, how big I was with the Ginsu as the offseason progressed, I started to move up Chark higher just because of I started beating the drum louder.
Yeah.
So what I get from this is that it's not safe to draft right next to a Bears, Brew, and a Bros.
For real. And you know me. You know me. I'm an honorary member of the Bros.
I was just about to say, my nigga, extension of the Bros.
Yeah, and it's like Bears, Brews, and the Bros, and then mushrooms. You know what I mean? Like that. Anytime I'm involved, it's like you throw an extra and in there. You know what I mean? And mushrooms.
I remember when the whole thing popped off with Damian Williams with the COVID-19. He's gonna take the year off. Me and you, we were talking about that Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You got to consider him middle to the back end of the first. And I know, it was very iffy with the whole Le'Veon Bell thing. And I know I had to talk you off the ledge a lot of times when it came to Clyde.
And we ain't tripping.
I really had to, bro.
We ain't tripping now. After seeing a month of it, it's like, I was bugging. You know what I mean?
You were bugging. You were worrying me, bro.
Yeah,
I had to really win, but you know what? That's what we do, bro. Look, we were early on with Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Oh yeah,
and we're still at. Yeah. So the whole thing with Le'Veon Bell. I'll always bring this up, and Bogart knows, and Brody, you know too.
Yeah.
Leonard Fournette. I was never worried about a Leonard Fournette. As far as
he's a bum,
bro. Trade him. when everybody thought he was at his highest value, I was telling everybody to do that. And if you did that, you're good. And if not, you've been hurting.
Imagine putting all these investments in Joe Mixon. I mean, that's where I fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
But you know what, though? You can't fault yourself.
You definitely planted a flag and Sir Mix a lot.
Yeah.
Right? And then in the same league, in one of my leagues, I got, Miles Sanders over there shitting all over the place. And he's just not Peterson's guy. So, there's a lot of these big names. And like you guys said, that's the most COVID shit about this. The fucking fact that we're drafting these names. And fuck, dude. Yeah, it's just not working out.
Yeah.
And, those middle round guys is where you saved your ass if you did it the right way.
That's why I hate 10-team leagues. Because I feel like when you're in 10-team leagues, like the way you draft, not that it doesn't matter, but you don't get the credit you deserve when you draft those hitters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like,
no, I totally hear you.
Not unless if you're in a 10-team league and you have 3 receivers you have to start, 3 running backs you have to start, and 2 flexes.
Yeah, because
you got to account for a lot.
Like in one of my 10-team leagues that was a 12-team, but it jumped down to 10 this year. We added an extra flex and an extra mandatory receiver spot. Then we added 2 bench spots. So now people are left and right fucking themselves on decision making on top of it. You know what I mean? Because now you got so many fucking options. You know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, like I done seen so many people like get mad at Jonathan Taylor and then bench him when they're playing him every week. And then he finally has a decent game. And then this week they're rushing to start him. You know what I mean? Or for example, motherfuckers that had like a Jonnu Smith, right? Like if you had Jonnu Smith or just any tight end outside of Travis Kelce this year, like any tight end, because we're not going to involve George Kittle in this conversation because he got hurt early. But if you have any tight end outside of Travis Kelce, bro, you're just, Godspeed. Like, I've rolled out Logan Thomas in a bunch of spots this week, and I was happy as a bitch. You know what I mean?
Hey, I got a question.
What's that?
Jonathan Taylor versus Tennessee or Chase Edmonds versus the Patriots? What do you guys think?
I think Edmonds,
Jonathan Taylor versus Tennessee or Chase Edmonds versus the Patriots?
I mean, considering what it looked like this past thing, I seen last game. I seen Jonathan Taylor in the game more often than I was like, what
was it? 60% of the snap share?
I don't know what the fuck the Colts are doing over there, bro. I guess they're going with whatever works, but you know what I'm saying? Kenyon Drake ended up. I don't think it was too many points. He definitely had a different point advantage than Chase Edmonds. But I'd probably, if it's hard to predict what the Indianapolis Colts game plan is going to be. But if I was supposed to go off of the last week, I guess I would go with Jonathan Taylor over Chase Edmonds.
Okay.
I think,
and that's just being real.
I think the whole thing that we gotta really, and this is before 2020. This is how Bogart fucks himself up. I look at the fact that Kyler Murray has an AC joint right now, and I'm like, so is running and short game passing gonna be more eminent this week? So maybe the game plan is Kyler Murray will run a ton, and Drake and Edmonds in the short passing game.
Gotta love the way you think.
I'm thinking that game, and my thought on this game is going to be a low scoring game. It's going to be a lot of run heavy, clock control type of shit. And I think Drake is going to ball out in this game. That's my thinking. Because do you really see the Patriots putting up points to the extent where the Cardinals are going to have to push that ball down the field? I don't think so, bro. Plus, Kyler Murray, he's coming off that shoulder, little bit of a injury. So I don't think they're going to try to push the ball down the field like that. It's going to be a Drizzy Drake. He's going to pop off a big run, and he's going to get all that workload from the backfield, bro. That's how I'm thinking.
This is where I think Arnold is it for you guys that don't have that tight end position locked. You know what I'm saying? That if you were able to pick up Arnold off of the motherfucking waiver wire, this is a guy that you probably want. I think D-Hop takes a hit.
I think Dan Arnold. I think Dan Arnold is out. I think Dan Arnold's out. Is he?
Is he?
Or is he the next guy up? I forget. I know they lost one of their tight ends.
Depending on a goddamn Dan Arnold. Then that means this is the first time.
His name is Dan Arnold.
I was just saying for a plug tight end, bro. Like,
nigga,
I was right. I was right on my lock of the week for Logan Thomas, bro. This motherfucker is out there throwing shit today.
Hey, Alex Smith is like, all Alex Smith sees is Vernon Davis or Travis Kelce. He's like,
hey, bro, look, the way I see it, I'm broing them, bro. We got you guys covered on tight ends. You guys need a tight end. We'll tell you who to pick up. If motherfucking Arnold can't make it, you know, we got Jimmy Graham. We got motherfucking tight ends.
Jordan Reed.
You know what I'm saying? We'll tell you who to play.
Jordan Reed, he's not a bad play if you're looking for a streaming option that's readily available. Here's one. This is going to be really fugly. Chris Herndon, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in a real, because you know they're going to have to throw that thing. You know what I mean? Who else? Man, tight end's so ugly. Oh, here I got another one.
Will Digby.
Oh, you took mine. I was gonna set it up. Because anytime I set up Walt, I call him Walt Disley. You know, I go like this. I say, you guys might know him from the creator of such films as The Little Mermaid. He reps. His set is the happiest place on earth. It's my man Walt Disley. You know what I'm saying? Get Walt Disley in the lineup, bro.
Straight up. But to that Chase Edmonds and Jonathan Taylor shit, man, I'm probably going Jonathan Taylor in that one, bro. And I feel the same way about the game script and the fact that, you know, I don't think the Cardinals are going to have to do too much. You know, I think Chase Edmonds might be a safe play, but I think Jonathan Taylor's the better play.
You know what?
I'm playing Jonathan Taylor in the SBI.
Man, in the SBI, I am down 100 points already. This shit is insane, dude.
Were you playing against Deshaun Watson?
Oh, Jeezy,
No.
I got you, bro. One of us are going to win this league.
I'm playing against Plug. Plugga, shout out to Plugga, man. He
Plug.
He had Andy Dalton, Antonio Banderas Gibson, the Texans defense, bruh. The Texans and then he had Brandon Cooks just to sprinkle like 13 points in the mix. He put up like 105 points on me already. It's fucking insane. Oh, and that's literally like that's probably like 40, maybe 45% of his roster. So he's gonna. And
I think Plug's got a horseshoe tatted on his ass, right next to that. What is that? That Leaf LaFleur or the Saints?
The Saints. Leaf LaFleur.
What is that? It's like what is it? It's a spade. It's like a spade from Cards. That sign, that the Saints symbol.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called, bro. It's called like a something.
It's not a spade, though.
It's not quite a spade, right?
It's called like a little something. One of those bitches.
It's a voodoo. Let's just call it what it is. It's a voodoo symbol. Okay, and it's New Orleans. You know they practice the voodoo out there, and Plugga is putting voodoo curses on my week 12 lineup.
He got that black magic going.
He got the black magic going.
So the projection in your matchup is 228 to Plugga, 180 to you.
So you're telling me I don't have a chance?
228, Jesus Christ!
And like,
hold on, yo, Drill.
I got Limelight. I got 201. He's projected 157.
Yeah, because he's rocking with a player that's only there for moral support. He got Julian Edelman in the lineup. Does he still have him in the lineup?
I already told you what I think we should do with that league. Did I tell you yet? Or no?
Yeah. You was like, we should vote to get him out. But here's the thing. Even though he didn't pay his league fees yet, he's the only guy who hasn't paid. We do have the most points scored in the regular season gets $100, and the longest winning streak gets $100. So he has that longest winning streak, and I don't think anyone.
But what I'm saying, shouldn't he be excluded since all of us have paid up our money though?
He should be.
You know what it is I think it's going to be a headache trying to get the bread out of him because we can't even get a hold of him now. So I feel like that's the cop-out.
What I'm saying is he should be – I feel like he should be excluded.
It's the perfect cop-out for him, though, because, the fact that he has the longest winning streak side bag locked, already, like, on deck. It's kind of like it kind of removes the headache of us, like, and I won't have to look at him a type of way because I don't know him like that. And I automatically want to be like, yo, what the fuck? Where's your fantasy honor, bro? Pay up. You know what I mean?
So you think we should let it ride is what you're saying?
He might be a fantasy shark. This might be something he does every year in different leagues.
This is a ruse?
I don't know him like that.
You know what, though? He's a Saints fan, correct?
Falcons.
Falcons? Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, if he's
and a Roll Tide fan.
Okay, because I was going to say, that sounds like that fantasy voodoo shit if I've ever heard it. You know what I mean?
So what should we do, though? Real talk. What should we do? Should we let it ride? He hasn't paid.
I'm giving you my vote of what I think you should do because I'm in that league with you guys and my money's in the pot. So, this is just for everybody out there. If you don't pay and you make a high spot, by the time playoff comes and you don't respond to a certain message, you got every opportunity to pay up. So,
I think the best way to get his attention is if if one of us, and I'm voting Smokey, right? Because it's Smokey and Bogey. We're the commissions.
Of course.
So you should put it in as an option. Hey, fellas.
That was right.
Be like, yo, what's up, fellas? In the thread, on Sleeper. Be like, yo, this man hasn't paid yet. You know what I mean? We're gonna put this as an option. You know what I mean?
A vote. Take it to a vote.
Because honestly, I'm gonna be petty, and I would wait to see where the votes sway. And if everyone votes like, yo, get him up out of here, I'm gonna be like, hell yeah, because then that'll be like an extra bump. That'll be an extra bump up for me to perhaps stay into the playoffs. I might get into the playoffs. Like, listen, if I lose out, which looks like Plug, I got the voodoo on me right now. I'm probably gonna I'm gonna fall to 6-6.
You got him. You got him right where you want him. Don't worry.
You know what? This is all part of the plan, isn't it? You know what?
Yes.
I didn't want to reveal my big plan, but I figured I'd get, dial up epic comeback. I kind of like to challenge myself. You know what I mean? Yo, you know what's so funny? When I looked at him and he had picked up the Texans, right? Bro, I laughed so hard. I was like, that defense ain't gonna do shit. Oh my God, I was wrong. Oh shit.
You heard how he said that.
Man. I diabolically laughed. I looked at it, I was like, I was like I had,
Yeah, exactly what I want today. What did they do for fantasy today?
And our scoring format is gangster.
Our scoring format is crazy.
Yeah.
It's a fucking...
Bogart, I want to ask you this.
So he put up 27, to answer your question real quick. 27, the Texans. Ouch.
Okay.
Owie.
So when it comes to Superflex,
right?
This is my second league that I've ever done in Superflex.
Right.
But I want to ask you, what's the biggest difference when it comes to a Superflex league? And do you think it's better? And if you do, why or why not?
Because people in single QB leagues, they're going to reach early for quarterbacks no matter what. And especially in home leagues. In home leagues, you got the guys that are like, especially in analysts. How about this? Fantasy analysts, we're always going to promote wait on quarterbacks, this and that, right? Wait, blah, blah, blah. Don't go early QB. Super flex, this is my favorite because I made it where it's 6-point scoring touchdowns and for passing touchdowns, and it's 1 point for every 20 passing yards. That way, you could put an early round, like if you picked up Dak over Joe Mixon in the second round, before Dak got hurt, you're like, I'm so glad I went early QB right there. Because in our scoring format, he's putting up like 45 every week. You know what I mean? And then, you know, in a single QB league, I would never do that. I would be like, that's foolish. And because in single QB leagues, I'm not going to have it where it's 1 point for every 20 passing yards. I keep it default where it's 6 points scoring, passing, and a point for every 25 passing yards. So this is just, it changes the dynamic. Then I get rid of,
I think it's actually 4 points.
That's default.
It's 4 points.
That's default setting. I'm sorry. I do change it to 6 points, no matter what.
It should be. It should be 6. Yes.
Yeah. And even with that said, in single QB leagues where it's 4 points for a passing touchdown, never go early QB. You know what I mean? Because that's just stupid. You know what I mean? Like anyone who
that's what I did in our main Monday league. I drafted Lamar back end of the third.
And you felt good about the value of Lamar.
I felt good about the value. That's what it was.
But
he ended up trading him away. And I traded him away with Kareem Hunt before Nick Chubb got injured for Allen Robinson and the upside of a Jonathan Taylor. That's where I was going at.
See, here's the thing: is like if you were
in a 10 league, 10 team.
If you were to reverse that thing and do it all over again without doing the trades, and you're back at the draft, and you knew what you knew now, you probably would have just grabbed Allen Robinson or Jonathan Taylor in that back of the third. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So when you look at that trade you made, you're probably just righting the ship. You know what I mean? You're just making it right. Like, this is what I would have done. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and that's because, now when you go to Superflex, you know, then that's where you go, where you're like, all right, I'm not going first round QB. That's where I stood. Because, like, I'll be willing to grab, you know, like Kyler Murray was going in the second round. If he was there in the third, I was like, oh my God, I love this.
All day.
And I have a ton of Kyler Murray in all my Superflex leagues, except for the ones I'm in with Robbie, because Robbie hangs around with me a lot, and that motherfucker was just all on Kyler Murray in the third round and claiming, oh, I said it for no. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing too, because when you're in a Superflex league, you know, now the top 200 it looks way different, because now a lot of those QBs are in the top. They're in the top.
You gotta be aggressive. And grab your guy, bro.
Yeah. And Superflex, because people go in for quarterbacks crazy, you start to see some of those skill position guys fall further than they would in a single QB league.
Terry is not a piece of shit as a wide receiver 3. I just want to throw that out there.
And getting them in the 6th round where you did, you know what I mean? It's fucking phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a guy I was grabbing in the 5th round in single QB leagues and loving it. You know what I mean? Like, here's a number 1 option on a team, and I'm getting him in the 5th round. So when you're in a Superflex, you feel that much more even better that you're getting him a little later. You know what I mean?
Hey, how about this SBI league, bro? How about the fact that this shit is a league that everybody's gunning for?
Yeah,
this league is on some other shit, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, when me and Smokey had the idea to do this league, and he says, "Well, what kind of league do you want to do?" And I was like, Superflex, and I was like, I know exactly how I want to do it, because with the scoring format, I modeled it after one of my first Superflex leagues that I commissioned. But the one difference is we added a lot of the bonuses. So, like, this shit goes crazy. Like, we're talking bloodbaths every week.
And the flex spots, because I was very adamant.
Yes, you're right. Adding the extra regular
Be
flex.
looking out for the Sweetness and Drill Invitational next year.
Yes.
No.
Hey, listen, no, Drill's in it. Drill's in next year.
You are taking, and I don't. I'm sorry. This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody.
Limelight's out.
I'm sorry. I'm like, I love you, but you know, you've been non-responsive. I hope you're okay. You know.
Yeah.
But Fantasy Drill himself is in this league next year.
Yep. And if there's anybody who decides that they don't want to come back, which I doubt, because I think we're gonna have 100% of attendance returning aside from Limelight. Then Brody Cortez too from the
oh yeah.
Yeah, like he's another, like, but see, like, say,
well,
like
this is the next conversation. What about a 14-team league?
See, and you know what's crazy is my 14-team
league. Let's weed out the fakers and the pretenders.
And super flex 14. Bro, I'm in a 14-team super flex.
I think
it's
all
possible,
of us right
bro.
here, we can say I'm not worried about a deep draft.
Not at all. And you know what's crazy? In my 14-team super flex, bro, I'll be stressing like, damn, am I gonna start Darnell Mooney this week? Fuck, like you start having these decisions and looking at these dudes that are like that would never be a thought. Like right. Oh man, damn, I gotta start Kendrick Bourne this week, or I gotta start Gabriel Davis, like you know what I mean? But it's like, yo, and then so if you draft,
there's real hitters. Real leagues where those are real questions, bro. And that's where, nigga, oh my God.
And those drafts,
the SBI next year.
14, let's go.
Probably gonna be a 14-team league.
And
I'm ready.
And I still like it to be a super flex too, because
for sure.
Yeah, and because theoretically everybody can still have two.
Mitchell Trubisky, fire him up.
Hey,
the thing is. The thing is,
the 14-team thing, you're firing him up.
You're not going to have a choice but to have to fire him up because there's not enough out there. You know what I'm saying? 14-team leagues.
Our Jackson's out.
Bro, you know how happy a motherfucker is in a 14-team league if he lost his QB and he's like, hell yeah, bro, I just got Jake Luton. You know what I mean? Like, it's the extra two. Listen, Drill and Brody, we're doing this thing. We're going to 14 next year. Let's go. Sorry, Limelight. You're out of here. And you know what, bro? I will say this. With Limelight, he still fucking amazed me. Like, how the fuck did you just do so well? Yo, can y'all still hear me? Hold on. I think we got the technical difficulty things. Text Jonathan, call me back. Text Jonathan, call me back.
Here's your message.
Yep. Okay, we're waiting. Okay. It's a quick technical difficulties. We're about to get this thing back in motion. But yeah, so that I like this. This was a cool little preemptive episode we figured we would do. There. Oh, one more game. Text Jonathan, call me again. My bad, ignored it. LOL.
Here's your.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta love that good old voice text. Take this shot of vodka. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Oh, yeah. Come on, bros. There it is.
Yeah, so this is the thing that I was just about to explain.
What? How did that happen? All right, hold on just a second. Having a little bit of the technical difficulty things. We make plays every day. Hold on, Playmakers. Alright, we're back. My other phone done died. I'm gonna grab my other phone. Let's call. Call Fantasy Fornicator.
Just to confirm, you'd like
Yeah.
call in Fantasy Fornicator.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Hello? Yo, yo. We making plays every day. My bad for the dead time. I have to edit that part out. There it is. All right. Man, my other phone done died.
We were talking shit about you. You good?
Okay, well, you know what? All right, well, then let's have it out. You know what I mean?
No, we were talking about the SBI. About changing it to a 14-team league because there's only one team we're probably going to lose, which is Limelight. Drill is going to come in. We should invite Brody Cortez. That would make it 13.
Oh, we need one more.
We would need one more. And the one more, as of right now, if I had to take a wild guess off top, I don't have anybody I fuck with like that.
You know what? I really fuck
Dougie?
with.
Maybe Dougie?
Nah, he's not ready for this.
I know someone who would be great for this shit.
Who?
It's my boy Go for Two.
Oh, go for two. Yeah.
Two would be real.
Yes.
Oh, I like him because in his nickname I call him Gopher.
Yo.
There you go.
The fantasy Gopher.
And you know what? He fucks with us, bro.
Yeah.
He fucks with us, bro. Go for two. That nigga, yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go him.
I got.
If not him, I could ask the mechanic
Yeah,
again.
I was gonna say the mechanic would be dope too.
What about the rapist?
And also,
Yeah, we could get the rapist in here.
there's an actual fantasy rapist.
Yeah,
the football therapist. We call him the football.
Oh, oh, I like the therapist. He's dope. Okay, how about?
We have options.
I was like, damn, we're gonna have the fornicator. We're gonna have the fantasy fornicator, the fantasy sweetness, fantasy gopher, fantasy rapist. Okay, how about this? Do you guys know if Sleeper offers a actual playoff league? Like, because
I don't know about that.
So we do this thing every year called the Degenerate League, because it's like the true fantasy degenerates. When it's all said and done, most people they're like, and especially if they didn't win, they're like, next year. But when we get into the actual NFL playoffs, Fantrax offers a fantasy playoff league, and we play every year.
That'll be something cool. That's a new experience. I honestly want to experience every fucking fantasy football experience that I can experience.
Hey, check this out, Drill. Check this out, Drill. It's everybody versus everybody. It's total points. And so this is how it works. So last year, we only got 6 people to get in. We've had 10 normally. Last year, it dropped down to 6. So we made it a super flex. So we're talking, this year there would be 14 teams that get into the playoffs, right? The actual playoffs. In reality, 14 teams. So you do a draft, a regular snake draft. So, and then we did 2 receivers, 2 running backs, 2 flex, a tight end, quarterback, and then a super flex. And then you had 4 IDPs and a kicker. So if I drafted a bunch of guys on their bye week, say the Steelers and the Packers, right? Say they're the teams that have the bye week. I draft those players, they sit on my bench. So, right? But they assure me that I'm gonna have action the next week. Because now, say I draft a bunch of wild card guys and those teams lose. Now I gotta go to the waiver and pick up whoever I can to fill those spots. And then, but even if you lose all your skill guys and you're starting like 4-string receivers and you're hoping they get a catch or whatever, you have all these IDP spots, these defensive player spots. So you have action all the way to the Super Bowl, and at the end of the Super Bowl, whoever has the most points total wins, and it's winner takes all. We always do winner takes all.
I've never even heard of anything like that.
Bro,
that shit sounds like something I want to do this year.
Bro, so the only thing that sucks is Fantrax is a bum ass platform, but they're the only ones who offer it. You know what I mean? Like they're the only ones.
Maybe we should make our own platform.
I was just going there. Invite. I was just going there. Who the fuck? Who's our tech guy that can set up a fucking bomb ass platform?
I can't wait to do this IT shit, bro.
Supposed to be Sid.
I can't wait.
Supposed to be Sid. It's supposed to be Sid.
All right, let me get out of school in March, and next year we'll set it up, bro. James, I'm not fucking around, bro. Like I'm gonna take this IT shit seriously, bro. Like if I can set up some kind of format like that, and we can get paid off of that shit, it's gonna be dope.
See, here's the thing too, is like Yahoo doesn't offer it because by that time of year they're full on into basketball. You know what I mean?
You did it again, right?
Like Yahoo doesn't offer it because they're in the basketball by that time.
They're on to bigger and better things.
Right? And like, I'm wondering, because Sleeper is like one of the most customizable. I'm wondering if they offer a fantasy league for that time of year. Because
Are you recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Okay.
Yeah, I just gotta cut out the little like 2 minutes of dead time because my phone died. I didn't know where the charger is. I was like, let me grab my other phone. Anyways, thank you for bearing with me. Pun intended. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro. Like that fantasy playoff shit is fun as fuck. Matter of fact, 2 years in a row, I've came second place to Steamboat, and I fucking hate him. I fucking hate that guy. And he just knocked me out of second place in our big money league. It's a keeper league. He's won it 2 years in a row. He beat me twice in the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. And now he knocked me out. I'm in sixth place. He knocked me from second. I dropped down to sixth. And now he's sitting in second place. And I'm like, this guy just doesn't quit. I'm like, and it's so funny because he's so ashamed of how he's doing in the SBI that he's like, he's doing well in all the other leagues I'm in with him. And that one just pisses him off so much. You know what I mean? And it's so funny because
we're all heavy hitters. All of us.
Oh yeah, look at Doc. Man, shout out to Doc. That fool climbed his way into the playoff race right now.
Yes, sir. He's
hey, it went straight crickets. No one wanted to give him props. I was like, yeah, shout out to Doc. It's crickets.
I'm over here wondering where the fuck I am in that league. Fuck that.
I'm not in that league, so I'm like, that's why it's this shit.
Yeah, because that league, look, I'm telling you, that league is designed for chaos, and like it's designed to promote trades. That's why, like, I'm glad that that league was active because Superflex with that amount of bench depth and like the scoring format, people are gonna make trades. That's why I was surprised that fucking Andy Dalton was floating around, bro. Like Remember we were talking about Plug didn't have a second QB for the last 2 weeks.
I was trying to trade him.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he picked up goddamn Andy Dalton out of nowhere. I didn't even notice that.
Wow.
It wouldn't have mattered anyway. He still would have had like 70 points or 75 points on me right now.
It's kind of like your pickup of Kerryon Johnson in the Dynasty.
Yeah. It was just to block motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And what's crazy is, you know, like, I think I might even played him. I'm crazy. Yeah, I think I played him even. Listen, I can't wait till next year's Dynasty draft because I'm about to have a #1 pick. Fuck that.
Oh, man. I think
Doc's got the #1 pick.
Damn it, Doc. You know what, though? Doc will do... I don't trust Doc will do anything well with that pick.
Oh, right. He said Justin Herbert was a bum.
Yeah.
He's gonna pick up Trevor Lawrence for sure.
He's eyeing the running back out of Clemson.
ETN. Yeah.
So that's where that's where he's eyeing. You know what I'm saying?
Damn it, we put this business on Fun Street.
So. I don't care because I was pissed off when he mentioned him. I was pissed off when he said his name. I said, "Don't you ever say that name again, bro."
You know what? I bet you Doc will trade me that first pick.
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm out of here, y'all. Have a good rest of the show.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Take it easy, big, bro.
Hey, you know what?
I gotta go to work.
Will we still be on when you hang up because you're hosting this call?
I don't know. We're about to find out. Much love. Shout out to Bros. Shout out to motherfucking gang.
Yeah. Hey.
Quadrant.
For sure, my brothers.
Be good, Bo Jeezy.
You already know.
Oh, shit. We still on the bit.
Oh, we good.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we straight. For sure. Oh, because it's a text thread. You have to create a thread. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. All right. Now let's talk shit about Smokey. Okay. God damn it, Smokey. He's pissing me off because he keeps going, "Don't trip, bruh. I'm going to win it for us. Commissioners, listen. If I don't want you to win it. I don't want anyone to win it but me. But then, if he wins it, I'm going to be like, hell yeah. Because fuck everybody else."
Straight up.
Matter of fact, if you win the SBI, I'm not mad neither.
Hey, that's a shot in hell, bro. That's just too tough for me right now.
But see, everyone would have to respect it. If you came out flying like a bat out of hell, and you like, what are you like 2 games behind the 6th seed?
So I would need a little bit of help. It's not out of this world.
It's 2020, bro. Shit can happen.
For sure. And plus, I'm not like way the fuck out either. You know what I mean? I got a fucking chance.
That's what I'm saying. Because you were right outside. You were like in Doc territory like a week ago.
Yeah. So yeah, I need a couple guys to lose, including yourself.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, listen. If I think next week I play Kev, and he has a hell of a team. So it's like winning this week. Like I needed to go 1-2 these last 2 weeks. I need to go 1-1. I mean, like I needed to at least win this week or next week. Like I couldn't lose both, and it looks bad on paper right now. And like I was never not out of the playoff race. Like I hate talking this way already. Like I give myself props for what I had to do. Like, but I had to manage the fuck out of an injured team. Like I had to make trades. I transformed my team from week 1. You know what I mean?
And I both. You just did it on
I did it on a regular basis.
But you did it on another level too. You took a team from something that was all fucking plagued with fucking injuries and all this other stuff.
And I just got rid of it all, and
I took a team with no, with a Todd Gurley at running back, and then anyone I started at the running back after that was up in the air. So, I had to go and trade for the DeAndre Swifts and the J.D. McKissicks and, shit like that.
I remember early on, right? It was probably like around week 3 or week 4. I was like, you should really move Lamar Jackson right now.
Yeah. I remember, I tried moving him to you.
Yeah, and then I was like, I don't want him. You were like, I was like, I wasn't suggesting like let's talk, because
But the thing about Bogart is he's transparent, and when you talk trades with him, he'll tell you off top, "Hey man, we're not gonna get nowhere, bro."
yeah, I'm like, listen, we can't talk. I'm like, I don't think we could talk. That's
Hey, but I like that because I stopped wasting my fucking time.
Yeah,
so it's like,
because like listen, shout out to Renegade. His approach, he'll bring out like the big guns. He'll be like, listen, on trade calculator it says you win this trade, and like, listen, bro, I don't care about that. You know what I mean? Like,
He's been doing it for years.
he'll be like,
if
listen,
you're-
look
if
at
you're-
the
if you're
percentage. You
beginning-
win this trade. I'm like, oh, because you're giving me 4 guys that for 1, right? Oh yeah, but he's giving me just scraped up nonsense from the bench or the waiver wire,
Yeah, you'll have a hitter and 3 bench players.
right? And that shit's just. But see, this is why I like these type of leagues, like that we're all in, because like the dynasty league, when I started getting hit with the injuries, and then like I'm one of the teams that highest scored against, where I was like, okay, it's time to tank. Like when I got into week 5, I'm like, I don't want to win anymore. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't want to win anymore because I like the way my team looks, but I have no depth. So I'm like, all right, next year I gotta get depth. You know what I mean? Like that's the first thing, because I've co-managed a dynasty league. The only other dynasty league I'm in, I co-manage it, and I was.
Is that you and Steamboat?
No, this is me and my brother-in-law.
Nice.
Yeah, because Steamboat, he's in several dynasty leagues. Like he got one that was handed down from his pops. Like
Oh, that's cold. Oh, that's cold.
Like Steamboat,
Yeah.
he's been getting down since the late 90s, like because of his pops. And yeah, where like they had to, where you had to like, it's like throwback shit. Like you had to get like a weekly magazine and like had all the stats, and like there was a commissioner that would tally up all the points in the teams and call.
This motherfucker had Troy Aikman on the squad.
Yeah, bro. Like he tells me stories about who's old boy from the Broncos, LT.
Terrell Davis?
Yeah, TD. Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis. Oh, that was my boy.
You know what I mean?
wow.
He telling me stories about Terrell Davis and goddamn.
The hitter back in those days after Terrell Davis was LaDainian Tomlinson. I think that's who you were going first.
Yep, yeah, for the Chargers and the Jets.
He used to rip shit up in
You
dynasty.
can't forget about Marshall Falk.
Marshall Falk.
Marshall Falk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Marshall
There
Falk.
was just things that LT did.
Priest Holmes.
Yeah, LaDainian Tomlinson did some shit numbers wise that I don't think anybody else did fantasy wise.
LaDainian Tomlinson went 2,000 all-purpose yards 2 years in a row.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was referring to. Yeah, those numbers, those historic numbers that you're like, fuck, nobody's beating that guy.
Yeah, I think CMC is only the 3rd guy to do that, and it was like Roger. It was like Roger Craig from the Niners, and then it was LaDainian Tomlinson, and then CMC. Were to have 1,000 through the air and 1,000 on the ground. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Nasty, bro. Like you win. That like you know what I mean? Like you know what's crazy? There's nobody close to that this year. Maybe
No way.
Maybe Dalvin Cook. I mean, he got the rushing numbers right now.
Dalvin Cook is on another level right now, man.
But I don't think he's gonna get close to the 2,000 all-purpose though. You know what I mean?
It's good. I just need him. He need more tutties. He needs more tutties.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is like they be trying to fool people. They'll be down there in the red zone. They'll be like, play action. You know what I mean? Because they're waiting for Cook, and it's like they've done that enough in the past 2 weeks that now they should be able to just pound that thing in. Like, hey, bro, he's gonna have a 200-yard game again this week against the Panthers, bro. Watch.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Imagine, you remember?
I believe
wait,
it.
did he rip them the fuck up last week?
Yeah.
I mean, not last week. The last time they played, he was just all over the place, bro.
Yeah, they played last year. No, did they?
No, they played this year.
No, the Panthers, bro.
Oh, the Panthers.
Yeah, he's gonna
I thought you
kill
said the Packers. I was like, I thought they
No,
had
no,
the
no.
Bears.
Yeah. He killed the Packers for sure. Hell yeah.
Oh man,
He
slice
put
and
a,
dice them.
Yeah, bro. Like, I think, but you know what's crazy is I think Dalvin Cook, he's gonna really need to show. He's gonna show everybody that he's matchup proof, because if he doesn't, he has a tough schedule the rest of the way after this week. This week he has the Panthers. Then the rest of the, like, his his playoff schedule, it's not good. You know, you got the Bears in there. You know, like, look at the Bears. The Bears, he still put up 100 all purpose though, huh? Last Monday.
I'm pretty sure he did, bro.
What I'm saying though, he still got shut down somewhat, bro. Like, I mean, just the amount of opportunities. If he didn't get that many snaps, his fantasy purpose would have went way down low.
It wasn't until Hicks got hurt, actually. Soon as Hicks got hurt, then it was like, all right, Dalvin Cook can run again.
Yeah, I can't wait to get Goldman back.
That's exactly what happened.
It really
last
was.
year when we lost Hicks. When we lost Hicks last year, I know Dalvin Cook fucked us up afterwards.
It was in the London.
Jacobs had a day.
It was London. In the London game.
Jacobs. He had a goddamn game.
That was when he got hurt. You guys already lost Trevathan. Then you lose Hicks. And then you gave up your first 100-yard rushing game in 2 years. You know what I mean?
And then everything was avalanches after that.
I think you guys gave up 5 100-yard games last year, and that was like the most you had given up in like 3 years.
Hitting us with the fucking stats. That's why I fuck with you, Bogart.
The fucking isms. The goddamn isms.
Big ism nation.
Yeah, for real.
Bro.
Yearly isms.
But listen, I be on the full isms a lot though, man. Like I didn't like, okay, this is what fucks me up. I'll have these moments in the year where I would make a decision Sunday morning and it'll fuck me. And I will think about that L because of that decision, like switching out of, like last week, I had Taysom Hill in. It's a single QB league. And I said, man, what am I doing? I'm going to play Matt Ryan. And then I lost. And I was like, fuck. I knew Taysom Hill against Atlanta's defense was going to be beastie. And like now, if I don't make the playoffs in that league, because I'm like 7th place right now in that league, it was gonna be because of that moment. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna remember the full isms. Like,
one thing I can say about that real quick is that the one thing I can say about that whole Taysom Hill situation, bro, is that there were people out here. You know what I'm saying? There was a report that came out that said Jameis Winston is not involved in a single package that the Saints are running.
Yeah.
And everything they're doing in practice with the ones, it's going to be Taysom Hill, and that's just bar none. So, like, for anybody that had Taysom Hill, and
shame on you.
You know, it sucks, bro, because the news was there. They told you, like, there are no plays with Jameis Winston. It's all Taysom Hill against Atlanta, bro. Just starter. Basically, they're forcing your hand at that point.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm telling you though. So here comes some start-sit questions, and I'll say it for myself. So
yeah, or we have a segment called "Asking for a Friend." You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yes, sir. Bring it in.
Yes.
Roll the fucking snare.
So I'm asking for a friend. Are you starting Tom Brady versus KC, or are you starting Derek Carr versus Atlanta?
I'm gonna go Tom Brady because I don't think Drew Lock is gonna be able to keep up in this game. And
no, you're good. You're good.
There's the threat of Josh Jacobs just pounding it in every time they get down there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take Tom Brady in the quote-unquote shootout with all those weapons. AB, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Gronkowski, Rojo, and Fournette catch out of the backfield. I would go with Tom Brady in the quote-unquote shootout versus Derek Carr, who is playing, he's playing Atlanta. He's playing Atlanta. And if And there's a rule that I figured out this year. If Matt Ryan doesn't have a completely healthy Julio Jones, don't fuck with Matt Ryan. You know what I mean? So I don't think Matt Ryan will make that a game.
Big facts. Big facts.
You know what I mean?
I'm in the same. I got the same vision here. I'm starting, Tom Brady, and the thing is, hold on, give me 1 second.
All good. Drill, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. No, because it's interesting.
I had to get some sneezes out of the way real quick.
Oh, good. I knew it had something to do with either flatulence or a cough or a sneeze. I was like, he's farting, sneezing, or coughing right now. He's one of the three.
Might be allergic to bourbon. I don't know what's going on. But so yeah, we're going here with Tom Brady. So kind of like the same lines as Bogart. There's a little bit more detail with the reasons why though is. And the Chiefs, they couldn't stop a nosebleed as far as the run game goes. We saw the Raiders dominate the front line and be able to push those guys around. I think Rojo and Fournette are going to be able to provide that as well. And at the same time, open up everything else for Tom Brady because, if you can get Rojo rolling, you know what I'm saying, and you can get Fournette going, you're going to be fine. Tom Brady's going to have a game in a potential shootout, man. I think I'm going Brady here, bro. He's got something to prove. What happened last time he came off of a mediocre or very shitty game? What happened last time when he did that? He went off.
Yeah, he put up 31 after that. Yeah.
Yep. So against Carolina.
I call that going off. And if it's a trend and it just happened, it might happen again. So I'm liking the Tom Brady start here.
You just got to keep Tom Brady out of prime time.
Yes, and what's crazy is I've been saying that on the podcast, bro. I'll be like, Tom Brady's not looking good in primetime right now.
I heard you when you were talking to Robbie, bro. I heard you.
Yeah, and this is not even just an opinion. It's it's fact. It's just because because he came to the Buccaneers, they scheduled them to have a shitload of primetime appearances. You know what I mean? And then, the Chiefs' defense is good, but there's glaring holes. You know what I mean? And the fact that they have so many weapons, when they played the Raiders, bro, Nelson Aguilar was finding himself wide open because they were too busy trying to stop the run with Jacobs and trying to stop Waller. Now you're gonna have not just Gronk at the tight end position. You also have Cameron Brate there. Then you also have, the three wide receiver set that is Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin, and Mike Evans. You know what I mean? And it's just so nuts, bro, because Brady can deal. So now you give him all. We've seen him deal with less weapons. Now he has all the weapons. He's gonna find somebody. So and then you have Patrick Mahomes who can just dissect. So. And I like the Chiefs to win the game. And with that said, too, that means I really like Tom Brady here. I want Tom Brady to throw some pick sixes, actually. Get me Tom Brady where he's playing from behind somehow. Because they're too disciplined that when they are playing with a lead, they start trying to run the ball. I want to
become conservative. They get bored. And somebody said it not too long ago. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers as an offense, they're just boring. Because when they take the lead, the game turns into trash. It's just a boring game to watch.
What happened to you, Bruce Arians? Bruce Arians is a guy who used to keep his foot on the gas pedal, bruh.
What I meant to comment when you were on the pregame show with Robbie over there in the Rumble is, man, I was about to throw in the live chat that if the Buccaneers weren't able to establish a run game, that they weren't going to be able to win that game at all. And I was purely right, bro. We seen that. I mean, even throwing out of the backfield, Fournette dropped about 3-4 fucking passes.
Yeah,
bro, it was disgusting. I was like, oh, bro, I was just so fed up. And it was a couple of times where you knew Fournette could probably break a tackle or two and probably rip for about 10 or 15 yards.
Yeah.
And fucking, man, I was like, oh, this is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. But
you know what we've been seeing with Tom Brady is when things aren't going their way, like in New England, you know what I'm saying? They'll switch a game plan up. You know what I mean? Like they'll find a way. When Tom Brady, we've been seeing him get frustrated. Like those 2 picks he threw on Monday night, those were bad throws. Those were his fault. You know what I mean?
Yes, they were.
Those were his fault, and that's rare because he's frustrated. But before those picks came, when the game was still in reach, he was finding his guy. Like Mike, like when the moment Mike Evans didn't have Jalen Ramsey on him, they're like, oh, boom, Mike Evans, and he beasts for a touchdown, right? You put a 5'10" DB on him, it's over. You know what I mean?
You see how he was trying to feed Antonio Brown as many times as he possibly could?
A lot of ways.
Dude, Antonio Brown was targeted I don't know how many fucking times in that game. Like, it was nuts. I was like, holy shit, Antonio Brown is getting a lot of fucking attention in that game, bro.
That's what happens when you bring a guy in to live in your home and you develop that chemistry, bro.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I never seen Tom Brady, like, broken down to where he even has to deal with that certain type of situation. And you know why? Because in New England, for the running back situation that they had,
everyone can catch the ball.
They were able to still do something with it. You know what I'm saying? And still have it be somewhat successful. Now, if Fournette were to complete, because I was screaming at the screen, and I even had motherfucking Ronald Jones on the fucking bench, but I was like, get Fournette the fuck out of there. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, bro, this dude has dropped 3 fucking passes already, and they still got him in the fucking game, which is crazy. Which is like, man, it makes it hard for that running back position back there. You know what I'm saying? With because everybody was like, fuck it. Even I was one of those guys like, man, do I give Ronald Jones a chance? But I was a McKissick owner, so I was like, "Fuck it,
yeah.
I'm gonna give McKissick."
Because he had all those targets.
Because he has so many. You're right, exactly. He had all those fucking targets.
He had 29 targets going into last week.
Exactly. I'm gonna give McKissick a chance. You know what I'm saying, over Rojo. And the thing is just like that snap share. And look at what happened. Even though that Fournette dropped those 3 passes, he was still in there for a more amount of plays than motherfucking Ronald Jones was. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And it seems like when the Tampa Bay is gonna get fucked and they know they're gonna lose the game, they make some really stupid ass decisions. And I was like, man, bro, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I seen Tom Brady try to rip down the field, but if those turnovers killed them, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I have a theory, too, when it comes to Tom Brady in primetime now. Because think about this. In dog years, right? In dog years, bear with me now. This is a real Bogart ignorant shit.
Pun intended, huh?
Yeah, pun intended. So bear with me. So in dog years, 1 year into a human is equivalent to 7 years for a dog. In quarterback years, right? In quarterback years, he's like 60 years old. So, when he plays in prime time, it's way past his bedtime, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, and when he tries to stretch the field, it is so inaccurate. It's bad. Like Tom Brady needs to play out of prime time right now, if you ask me. And you're getting
very interesting. That's very, very interesting that you brought that up, because I've never ever thought about that. And shout out to the nigga Bogey for thinking outside the box, man. That is insane, bro. Because the older I get, I'm like, damn, bro, I'm gonna get my ass some sleep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, fuck that, but that makes so much perfect sense. Like, what are you doing? I'm out here trying to sling the ball. It's time for me to go to sleep.
It's time for me to take a nap.
I'd be getting head at this time. You know what I'm saying?
He said,
I feel you, brother.
And he's like, Tom Brady too. He's the cliche. First in the meeting room, last to leave. You know what I mean? Like, first in the building, last to leave type of shit. And it's like, because he's also a leader, he has to set the precedence. But it's like, look at someone like Ben Roethlisberger, who is, in quarterback years, he's like in his 50s, right? Maybe the late 50s, right? Because he's not that much younger than Tom Brady, but he's been practicing little to none every week, and he comes out there fresh as fuck. You know what I mean? Because it's like, and maybe also because he's coming off the Tommy John, where they're like, all right, they give him the veteran treatment for real. Like, he doesn't practice any Wednesdays. He don't practice. You know what I mean?
Well, that's just you know what that is? That's a credit to the staff, bro. Like, when you can come out there after not practicing much during the week, and I mean, the Steelers don't do anything fancy. They don't. They run regular routes, but they're fucking, they're so disciplined in what they do that it looks fucking beautiful shit to watch.
Hey, you know what, bro?
You know what I'm saying?
The Steelers are 10-0, and James Conner is healthy. So if you were to tell me and I wasn't watching football all year, and you were to say, hey, yo, the Steelers are 10-0, and I go, oh, is James Conner healthy? Oh, yeah, he's healthy? Oh, he's got to be a top 3 running back. And he's not. Because you know what they're doing? They're throwing that ball more than they run. And it's all the quick hitter passing game. They are like Tom Brady with New England right now. With Big Ben. Just everything's quick release. And then eventually, during the course of the game, the defense will start trying to adapt to it, and then they'll go down the field to Deontay Johnson or Chase Claypool, and the defense won't see it coming. And it's working for them.
It's beautiful, dude. It's beautiful, and it's a great point. Quick hitters all over the field. You got Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Juju, Ebron. You got fucking the Washington kid. When you got James Conner. I mean, there's so much shit going on over there, bro. It's nice.
It's insane.
Not only that. Benny Snell has surprisingly, if you're in a deep man league and you have to start somebody like a Benny Snell, he's been able to sneak touchdowns in there for you.
Yeah.
I think you got a TD in the last 2 games.
Yeah. And
that's nasty.
In the last 5 games, he's getting more red zone carries than James Conner.
Let me ask y'all this. I just picked up a certain running back. I gotta say it. I don't want to say it, right? But I gotta say it. I just picked up. I'm like, no, it's not gonna work. I gotta fucking say it. I just picked up James White in the league.
Oh, I love it.
I fucking got him. I was fucking lucky enough to be able on the waiver wire, at that, on that waiver, priority.
Yeah.
So I was, I never thought about it, but Benny Snell or James White rest of season. I mean, that's kind of a stupid question. Right?
James White.
Clearly.
James White. Because
James White.
Here's the thing with James White, bro, is Rex Burkhead was the James White role.
Exactly.
And now Rex Burkhead's done for the season. And,
love it.
And
don't love it, but
there's no other type like him on the roster because Sony Michel and Damian Harris, they're more similar in running style. So they will like Sony Michel coming back is gonna piss off Damian Harris owners. It's not gonna piss off James White guys right now because he's a flex. I would play James White over Benny Snell all day.
I was gonna go another
as long as Conner is healthy.
Another ask for a friend coming in. You starting James White or Gio Bernard?
Gio Bernard has a concussion right now. I don't think he's gonna play. So James White.
I've also got Kalen Ballage.
Same.
Okay. Kalen Ballage.
That's where it gets real juicy for me.
Okay. I was gonna ask for my friend, actually. I was just waiting. So I'm my friend, quote unquote. He's trying to decide between Michael Pittman Jr. or Kalen Ballage. And right now, Kalen Ballage would be projected for like 13 or 14 points right now in a PPR if this Austin Eckler thing wasn't going on, because they talking about, and we all know there's a very slim chance Austin Powers gets on the field this week. But the fact that they haven't ruled him out yet, Kalen Ballage is projected like 8 points in most PPR formats. I'm waiting for them to officially say Austin Eckler is out. I mean, my friend is. That way, because I want to play Kalen Ballage against Buffalo. You know what I mean? I feel like it's going to be a negative game script for the Chargers, so they're going to throw it a lot. Bro, this motherfucker justified Herbert. Bro, he throws the ball at the running backs. Like, he doesn't throw the ball away. If he's going to throw the ball away, he's looking for the check down first. You know what I mean? That's what I love about him.
It's crazy you mentioned it. I'm just looking up the stats while you're going. Nine targets versus the Jets.
Yes.
6 the game before that versus the Dolphins. I mean,
let's go. I want that. I would play
That's J.D. McKissick like
shit, and Ballage. Ballage is like 6'1", something like that.
He's not a little man.
He's not a little guy, so they're not going to take him out for no Joshua Kelly in the red zone. He's the guy. So it makes them multi-dimensional. So you're not going to be like, because if you take him out, like when they were fooling around with Justin Jackson, they're like, all right, Josh Kelly, get in there. We're in the red zone. And then it makes you one-dimensional. Like, say you're in a short yardage situation and you have Josh Kelly out there, they'll be like, all right, stack the box. You know what I mean? It looks like they're going to run. You know, but when you have Kalen Ballage out there, you don't know what the fuck they're going to do. And Anthony Lynn is a running back guru. He was a running back in his day, and he was a running back coach everywhere he's been before he became an offensive coordinator, before he became a head coach for the Chargers. And here's the thing. Everywhere he's been, he produces a top 5 running back in fantasy. I mean, this dates back to like Shady McCoy with Buffalo. This dates back to Chris Ivory with the Jets, because this is everywhere he's been. And then ever since then, he's been with Melvin Gordon since 2017, 2018. And then 2019, Melvin Gordon did all that fuck shit. So Austin Eckler was a top 5 fantasy running back. And then this year, whoever's in there is a top 5 that week. Whoever the fuck it is.
Y'all not finna get these motherfucking isms anywhere else. Just so y'all know.
And so this is why I want Austin Eckler, and I don't have any Austin Eckler, but I have Kalen Ballage everywhere. So I want him against this Buffalo matchup. You could run on Buffalo. I mean, they had injuries to their linebacker core for the most part of the year, and now they've got their guys back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like Trey Edmonds. They got another dude, Matt Milano. You know what I mean? But still, you're still able to run on them, and those are their best run stoppers. So, I mean, maybe after the bye week, they try to fix that, because it's going to be tough this is going to be a big test for Justin Herbert this week. Like, I've actually I have Justin Herbert in a lot of spots. I've toyed with
at Buffalo. What are we gonna get on this weather? I mean, you know, we getting into fucking, you know, the back end of November here. What's it looking like? Does it even matter?
Well,
do you take weather into, you know, it into play?
I do, but it's when you take weather into play, you look at rain, like heavy rain and wind, because heavy rain, wind, I got it down to a T. Anything over 25 mile an hour sustained winds, you don't fuck with the receivers that are down the field. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, look at the last couple Cleveland games. Okay.
I brought it up. I told you, bro. I brought it up,
Cleveland has been shitty weather, and they've been playing.
Those fucking Cleveland games have been awful to have players in.
Yeah, receivers specifically.
Yeah, because Chubb, he gets down. Kareem gets down.
Yeah,
quarterbacks and receivers.
Jarvis Landry has tanked.
Donovan, quarterbacks and receivers.
Higgins, Donovan Peoples-Jones, they've all tanked.
The down the field guys, because if you're okay, how about this? A couple weeks ago, the Jaguars played the Packers in Lambeau, and it was a 25 mile an hour sustained winds. DJ Chark was so difficult to start because that week before he was coming off a big game with Jake Luton, right? And like it was crazy because there was a couple times where Jake Luton had him wide open. He would throw the ball and the wind would knock it out like it was a DB. It would just knock it down. You know what I mean? And it was like, damn, because he was trying to throw the ball like 10 yards down the field. And that's when the wind starts becoming like, you really got to throw lasers. Or how about this? Marquez Valdez-Scantling in that same game, he had a 73-yard house call. And that ball traveled like 50 yards through the air before it got to him. But Aaron Rodgers, he said in the post game, he said, we knew the wind we were throwing in the wind. So I figured this is time to take a big shot. That's Aaron Rodgers knowing the savvy veteran where he's like, all right, we're throwing in the wind. Let's take a big shot. You know what I mean? Because this ball is the wind is going to help it travel instead of you know what I mean? Instead of throwing against it. And what's crazy too is like a lot of those games, if you're in a storm, like sideways rain with wind, because you're talking about you're in a stadium where it's like a bowl. So now the wind is like circulating. So these sustained, that's why I said sustained wind. When it's like 25 miles an hour.
It's just a fucking whirlwind. It's nonstop.
Yes, bro. So kickers, you don't start kickers in those games. You know, that's a lot of times where it's like, hey, if they're like on the 40-yard line on their own side of the field, you might as well be like, all right, let's go for it. You don't want to punt that thing because you might only punt it like 20 yards down the field if you're punting against the wind. So it's like this is where it's fun because I don't let those things control me in fantasy unless it says sustained wind and it's like 25 miles an hour. And those are the things I check like, you know, an hour before the games, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, okay. Because say it's rain with no wind or snow. You love your receivers in those games because if you're gonna cut on a dime, that DBs have to be water. They have to move with that receiver they're covering. So if you could double move the fuck out of someone in the rain because they'll slip. You know, if you're reacting, right? If you're reacting to someone cutting on a dime versus the guy who's like, I'm gonna cut right here. You know what I mean? And it's your decision. You know when to plant your leg. If you're reacting, you have a higher probability of slipping in the rain. So whenever it's rain, I'm not really too afraid of my receivers. I kind of like it better for them. And the running backs, obviously. Fumbling is always an issue higher, but it's not like you're going to avoid anyone for fumbling issues. That's just because fumbles can be fluky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's my thing with the whole rain and stuff. The offense knows where the play's going. The defense doesn't.
Exactly.
So you know where you got to go. They have to, like you said, they got to react. Usually it doesn't work out because you already got that. You already got that in your mind. I got to be here. They don't even know that. So yeah, it works out that way.
Okay, so going back to asking for a friend. If Austin Eckler is out, which probably is, you know, should I start? I mean, my friend Michael Pittman Jr., who I think hasn't surpassed 4 passes in a game yet. Someone might want to fact check me on this because I know he hasn't been a target like machine. You know what I mean? But he's been really efficient, and you could throw on the Tennessee Titans defense. Here's the thing though. The Tennessee Titans, they give up like 14-yard passes like nothing. But they give up the least yak. So you could catch that ball, but you ain't getting no yards after the catch. So I'm wondering if I should go with the volume that is Kalen Ballage or the big playability, against a soft matchup with Michael Pittman Jr. Granted, considering the fact that they might cut off his big playability because he's not. They don't let people have yards after the catch. You know what I mean? Like they've been.
Drill, do you want to talk to his friend real quick, or you want me to go?
No, I just say it though. I'm looking up the target share right now, and it's kind of really up and down. Like really, the truth, he's went from like 8 targets, 7 receptions, and then the next game he's got a rush attempt, and then it's 3 targets. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like,
so
if
you add it all up,
his touchdown upside is there though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, man, it's crazy. But who you putting up against?
Kalen Ballage.
Nah, yeah. And here it is when it comes to how I feel position-wise. I always rely on running backs more than what I do wide receivers, which is fantasy-wise. You always see running backs go first before wide receivers, and they're just because they're more reliable. They're going to get the ball more times than a
more opportunity
receiver would. Yeah, exactly. So you know what I'm saying. I would definitely, you know, I'm a Eckler owner, bro. So I don't think he's gonna play. I think they save him out for one more week, and then maybe he comes back. So I think Ballage is gonna go ahead and you know what I'm saying. I think that's definitely a safer play, and it's definitely more of a volume thing going on. So
and that's where I'm leaning right now. I'm just literally waiting for them to say it, like just say there's no Eckler. So then I can see that projection go up. And I don't fuck with projections like that. I like to make my own projections, like how I feel the guy is going to do it in a certain game or matchup. But, the projections that these fantasy platforms will put is because of the information they got. So right now the information is that Eckler has a chance to play. So they put Ballage as in being projected low. You know what I mean? It just makes me feel more comfortable when the information is clear and I'm like, all right. Because even if Eckler plays, I don't think we're going to see, 80% of the snap count go to him. I think they're going to ease him back in unless they wait a week or two more. Because then you wait a week or two more, then I'll be like, all right, they're playing him because he's 100% and he's going to get his full workload. You know what I mean? Like how Christian McCaffrey, they held out Christian McCaffrey all that time. Soon as he came back, they gave him the exact workload because he was 100%. Granted, he acquired a new injury in that game, right? So
on the last play of the fucking game.
I know. And I traded for Christian McCaffrey in a couple leagues. 2 weeks before he came back, I just started pounding those trade offers, and I waited and I got him, and now I'm fucked. Man. And I was able to get Mike Davis in these leagues as well. So, but still, I don't want to play Mike Davis. I want to play Christian McCaffrey. You know what I mean? And it's so crazy.
You want the unicorn.
I want the unicorn, bro. The one white running back, the one and only.
The one and only. Who the fuck is Peyton Hillis, bro?
I can't name one other white running back except for I think somewhere on a practice squad.
I think
you got Laird over there.
Hold on, are you talking about like active?
Yeah, I think on a practice. Oh yeah, Patrick Laird. That's right.
Yeah, Laird.
That's right.
What about that Nall guy? Plays for the
Bears. Oh yeah, Ryan Nall.
Oh Ryan.
Come on now.
Oh yeah, and then Sexy Rexy did just go down. He's he did just go down. Who was old boy? Zach Zenner, remember him?
Yeah, I do.
Zach Zenner.
The Packers?
I think so, bro, on the practice squad.
Yeah, I think he was on there. Hey, so it's for your Ask a Friend. You know what I do like Ballage with the game script advantage and the fact that, even if Eckler was to come back, I don't think they're just going to fucking throw him in there. And the way they're talking about it, I don't like it. So Ballage on the safe play, but Pittman, don't get it twisted. Pittman just did it to the Titans 2 weeks ago. He did it to him. He did the eight targets, over 100 yards, a rushing attempt, the whole 9. He was going in, and he was doing the yak shit.
Yeah, he was.
It takes a talented even though they don't give up a lot of yak, the proof was in the pudding when you already did the shit. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he is a big dude. Here's the one thing. I thought of this. Maybe they could dink and dunk. They could dink and dunk and run the ball all the way down to the red zone. But the one thing is, when they get down there, then it's like Trey Burton, Mo Alley Cox, like Jack Doyle. This is when they start looking to their tight ends. They get big packages going. 12 personnel, 13 and then they're even, I don't know what they call 3 tight end sets. Either way, they get 12 personnel and 3 tight end sets. They start getting big packages down there, and then one of those tight ends rolls out into the flat, wide open, and then Phillip Rivers finds them. So that's the one thing, because it's like, okay, and here's another thing, too, going into this week. They're not going to respect T.Y. Hilton anymore. T.Y. Hilton was still drawing the number 1 cornerbacks. After Pittman's been breaking out, they're going to put their number 1 guys on the rookie now.
That's so big for you to say. Like, honestly, that's so fucking true. That's so dope. That's talking about isms.
He's been benefiting where it's like, okay, if you're a defensive coordinator, you're like, T.Y. Hilton's still dangerous. I know he hasn't been doing shit, but he's dangerous. Number 1 cornerback, you watch him. You know what I mean? And then here's Michael Pittman just dogging whoever the fuck the secondary option is. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's why guys like rookie receivers. These rookie receivers this year has been Jesus Christ, these guys are going
nasty.
Nuts. You talking about Justin Jefferson? Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'll
tell you something though about repeat things.
Yeah, repeat performances.
Repeat performances is been and this is for you Tyler Lockett owners over there when they went against Arizona, who thought they were Tyler Lockett. Let me you fire up Tyler Lockett.
He might score 50 fantasy points.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna ball this week against the Eagles.
I'm just saying though, DK Metcalf only put up like 4 points that first game, and then ended up, putting up more points. He put up like 13. And
you always want to talk about your guys.
Oh, God damn it.
He's talking about his friends' guys. He's talking about his friends' guys.
Nah, bro. I'm proving my point when it comes to repeat performance.
You're talking about Little Drill. I got you.
He's talking about Drill Bit. He's talking about Drill Bit.
I love it.
I'm talking about repeat performances, Jensen. You know what I'm saying? And if I got to put it down, defenses adjust. You know what I'm saying? They definitely do. Arizona's defense adjusted. I think just DK Metcalf played a little bit more hungry in that game.
Yeah.
And, even though he got slapped in the face with a fastball,
he did.
You got to catch those.
But
Russell Wilson put it right on him.
We were watching it on the Zoom, and I was
crazy.
like, Brody was smoking was like, yo, what the fuck just happened? I said, bro, he got a fucking fastball to the grill.
Yeah, dude, that would have been 20 points right there for the guy. But obviously that didn't work out. But, when it comes to Michael Pittman Jr.'s fucking point, I just don't see a repeat performance going with it. So, you know what I'm saying? That even further involves everything else. Like, and the coverage thing that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? If they go cover him, we're expecting T.Y. Hilton to have a bigger game and not Michael Pittman Jr. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So it's nuts, man. The proof is there. Even though it's been done against other teams and everything else like that, though, we all know about repeat performances, bro. Tyler Lockett coming off an amazing 200-yard game, 50-plus motherfucking fantasy points. I don't even know how much points he put up against Arizona that second game. But I know it was nowhere. It was nowhere near.
He had a touchdown, but that saved his day. That touchdown, and the first time they played this year, the Seahawks and the Cards, Patrick Peterson was glued to DK Metcalf, and DK Metcalf didn't get a target until the third quarter, right? Or no, I'm sorry, the second quarter, and then. I bring this up to side note. When they played the Rams, the Seahawks played the Rams, DK didn't get a target till the third quarter because Russell Wilson's this year, it seemed like he's just avoiding the shadow coverage. You know what I mean? And then he started favoring Tyler Lockett. So the second game, they were like, all right, we're gonna keep Peterson on DK, Patrick Peterson, right? And then they would double Tyler Lockett anywhere he went. They were like, just don't let him do anything. The moment they tried to double DK, that's when Tyler Lockett got his touchdown. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's so crazy because it's not like we could predict these things. We could forecast it. You know what I mean? We could make the fantasy forecast of the player matchups. Like, for example, Keenan Allen. I have Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen stacks everywhere. Bro, Tre'Davious White might fuck me this week, bro. Because Tre'Davious White will follow Keenan Allen into the slot. He will follow him, and they won't need a they trust Tre'Davious White enough that they don't.
Don't say this shit, man. Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. I got Keenan Allen.
I do too. I do too. And all my friend does. I mean, I'm just saying this because I'm prepared to see Herbert go elsewhere. You know what I mean? I'm prepared.
So this comes again. So okay. Now that we brought this up, so I'm asking for a friend.
Hold on.
Yes.
We never got to the bottom of my friend's predicament. I was the James White and Balaj situation.
James, okay. And listen, I'm going
Balaj.
I'm going Balaj, to be honest, because James, you still have to worry about Damian Harris. Even though him and Sony Michel are similar in running style, at least Damian Harris can catch the ball too. So you're gonna need the game script. Okay, do you remember Smoking Jay earlier? He said he thinks the Arizona Patriots game, that the Cardinals Patriots game is gonna be low scoring, right? Mm-hmm. Because if Kyler Murray was 100% right now, I would lean towards James White because I'd be like, all right, here goes, dial up the negative game script where they're going to need to check the ball down a lot and to move the ball fast. You know what I mean? Kalen Balaj should get an entire – he's been enjoying 70% of the snap count with no Austin Eckler. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a fact. The snap count has been all – fucking Balaj.
Yeah, and then they rotate Troy Maine Pope and whoever the fuck else it is, but yeah, it's
more like it's more like a breather, little situation type plays, but when it's time to get it rolling, Balaj is the guy.
Yeah,
so here we go.
Okay. So my friend might be leaning towards a certain way now.
Got you. It is that shit. So now that we brought up the situation with Keenan Allen being shadowed by Tre'Davious White, are we starting Mike Williams, or are we starting Sterling Shepard versus Cincinnati?
Okay, here's
wait. So does your friend roster Keenan Allen and Mike Williams?
No. He's speaking in general. He's speaking in general. The fact that Tre'Davious White is going to follow around Mike Williams and Herbert he's a quarterback that shows moxie, right? We can agree. He's a smart young QB. He's gonna look towards the guy that's open, and the guy who will be double covered more than likely would be Mike Williams. But here's what I want to point out. Mike Williams will probably be guarded by Josh Norman. He will dwarf Josh Norman. Mike Williams is the guy they'll throw the 50-50 ball to. And Mike Williams is their field stretcher, which is crazy because
he's both.
He's both. So and Mike Williams, if you look at his game log, his targets have been steady the past few weeks. And this should be a negative game script because I don't imagine the Chargers defense will be able to stifle the Buffalo Bills defense. Offense.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was gonna ask. That game script is a little bit favorable all across the board, bro.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
And I like going back to Kalen Ballage because he should be game script proof. If they're playing from behind, then they'll throw him the ball. You know what I mean? If they're playing with a lead, then they'll run the ball to chew clock, right? If they're or to try to own time of possession. And with Mike Williams, I'm leaning towards a negative game script, so they should be throwing the ball more, and that favors Mike Williams, who's going to be not covered by Tre'Davious White.
Yeah, and it's crazy you talk about that Mike Williams. You know what? I'd run him up too, man. The thing is, I don't know. I just feel like Justin Herbert's like the guy. He's going to put the ball with that 50-50 chance.
Puts it right where
Justin Herbert. Yeah, with the 50-50 chance, Herbert actually puts the ball in a favorable spot. So you have an advantage even though it's 50-50. So I like the Mike Williams play there. So what was it? What was it for your friend? Mike Williams?
Is it Mike Williams?
Mike Williams or Sterling Shepard versus Cincinnati.
So here's the thing. I like the Giants defense. They were my number one streamer this week. And that was when it was Ryan Finley. And then they changed it to Brandon Allen. Y'all remember him?
Oh, my God, no.
So Brandon Allen, he played for a brief period last year as a rookie for the Broncos. Undrafted guy. Anyways, my point is he likes to go down the field. They're going to be playing up against a top 15 secondary with the Giants. So I say all this to say, yes, Cincinnati, you could throw all over them, right? But I feel they're going to be winning this game. They're going to be in the driver's seat. So Sterling Shepard, you're going to be banking on the touchdown. When I think Mike Williams will have more targets and receptions. So even without the touchdown, because Wayne Gallman and Alfred Morris, they're going to be used a lot. And Danny Dimes will run the ball a lot too. Throwing the ball, we're gonna see more of the short game because I don't feel the need. And if they do stretch the field, it's gonna be Darius Slayton. You know what I mean?
That's such a tough start. That's one of those hoping and wishing for a fucking touchdown.
I'm trusting the quarterbacks. This is where I look. This is where now, with everything I just said, I'm going to look at the quarterbacks. Give me Justin Herbert throwing at Mike Williams versus Danny Dimes, the snitch, throwing at Sterling Shepard.
Takashi Danny Dimes. Yo,
yes,
so
Daniel.
I'm on the same wave, big bro. And it's the quarterback situation with the better quarterback, and also big on the game script, bro. Huge, because Buffalo, they like to get into shootouts, and the Chargers do too. It makes for a young up and coming fucking Josh Allen quarterback with the rookie fucking star, you know what I'm saying, and Justin Herbert. It's gonna be a fucking slugfest, bro.
Sterling Shepard has been used as the X receiver. You know what I mean? So, but the X receiver, he's also the possession look, third down look, right? But Evan Ingram in a Jason Garrett system, they look to the tight end a lot in possession looks. So the X receiver doesn't really get utilized on possession looks. They're looking to Evan Ingram. You know what I mean?
Yep, for sure. For sure.
But here's one of those things, man, like, if there's any weather could also just dictate this whole thing. If there's shitty weather by the time you get to Sunday morning and it's shitty in, Buffalo, you know what I mean? Because I haven't looked up the weather yet. Like, that's usually like a Friday thing. Like,
I looked it up. I'm actually there at, 50 degrees, fair weather, 15 mile per hour wind.
Oh, we're good.
We're not getting nothing crazy.
We're good. We're good.
We're good. The next day is not an issue because we're not playing on Monday.
Yeah, I was gonna say because there is like some kind of storm moving around in the upper East Coast, the Northeast.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't move in faster than it's projected to.
For real. You know what I'm saying?
depending on matchups, but for your friend, I'm talking about for your friend.
Yeah. Okay, so I got one more thing because I love it. This was a random episode. I got one more thing, and then we'll close this thing out. So, game of the week. Like, what's the game of the week this week? Like, whether it's
Bears
just a
versus
game.
Green Bay.
Okay.
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay. Okay, are we gonna see my
biased.
man Mitch?
I just went for the oldest rivalry in the NFL. That's
No,
Okay.
but
I'm with that Sunday night.
Listen, I think if Mitch is in there, I think you guys got a shot. If Mitch is in there,
we talked about it in the pregame show for sure.
I haven't really thought much into it. I've been down about this whole situation, but I think Mitch is gonna go.
I hope so, man, because Mitch gives you guys a different type of look.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick Foles, bro, like I think I'm sure we're all done. And you know what's sad? He hurt his little bottom, right? On Monday night. He had to get carted out. And when I found out that wasn't a season-ending injury, I was so upset with Nick Foles. I'm like, bro, you weren't even hurt that bad, bro. Like, you got carted off and you're okay. Because that looked really bad. At least
the way he grimaced and just the way he was down, kind of like I couldn't tell if it was his ACL or his hip
or a kidney. Was it or
like
his booty?
He got choke slammed by Kane. That's what it looked like. He looked like he got choke slammed.
It looked like he got choke slammed by Kane.
He got up holding the lower back and shit. Like,
yeah, bro. Like, was that structural damage?
A
lot of shit.
I'm like,
it's
bro,
we just don't have the O line to support a Nick Foles.
But look, dude, we haven't had an O line in like 10 years. We haven't drafted an offensive lineman in the first round, and I don't know how fucking long, bro. It's so stupid. Like, let's not get started, bro.
Yeah, I actually thought your guys' O line before 2017, like going into 2017, right? Your guys' O line was phenomenal for run blocking and zone run blocking specifically, because Jordan Howard 2016 was fucking amazing. Then I grabbed Jordan Howard 2017 everywhere in the second round. In the second round in drafts, and he paid off. It paid off. Like, it was, and then I know you guys lost pieces to like retirement and in free agency, and since then, it just hasn't. You know what I mean? It's like it's been bad.
Yeah,
it's been a while. It's been a while, man.
Like, come on, everybody used to run behind that line. Jeremy Langford, God damn it, you know what I mean? Like.
Holy shit!
Like, bro, like
you even had Mike Davis at one point.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, we kind of had him.
Well, but it was Nagy where he was like, "I know we got Mike Davis here, but Cordero Patterson is 3rd and 1. Get in there." You know what I mean?
And it's crazy because we know when we see Cordero Patterson running the ball, he's not a natural running back. And yeah, we know that we don't have it like that. But then when you bring the kid, what's his name? Artadius Payne. What is it? Artadius Payne or something like that? Whatever
I came to bring the pain.
Yo, yeah. So the first handoff he gets in the fucking National Football League. Oh, that looks like a running back. That's what a running back's supposed to look like. Leave him in the fucking game, bro. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
and then you barely use them. It's just, damn.
Bill Lazor. First of all, Bill Lazor, hell of a name, right? That's one hell of a name. But, bro, didn't make, I think it even looked worse. Like, matter of fact, when you guys came in and Bill Lazor's calling the plays Monday night, Cordero Patterson doing a bunch of work, like doing everything, catching, lined up as a receiver, then he's in the wildcat, then he's getting handoffs, and then he's getting checkdowns out of the backfield.
Oh, kick return.
Kick returns. And then in the second half, they're like, all right, here's what we're going to do. we're not going to do what's been working. That shit annoyed me. Because I'm like, this is Bill Lazor now. Like, and
I think Nagy handed him over the playbook and said,
do exactly what I do.
Do exactly what I do. And he was relieved because, nobody was going to say it's your fault, Nagy. Now it's Bill Lazor's fault.
Yeah, it was a perfect example, and I talked to this with Smoking Jay earlier, bro. We didn't realize what we had until it was gone, and what I mean by that is Tariq Cohen.
Yeah.
When Tariq Cohen was in the game,
the chicken salad, man.
You know what I'm saying? He was able to, defenses were like, holy shit. Here comes this shifty guy, Tariq Hill type deal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They were like, holy fuck, what is he going to do?
And Matt Nagy knew what to do with him initially. 2018, right. He was a back end RB1.
Right.
He got better and he got smarter after that year. He stopped taking those hits. Because he was taking licks that first year. He was taking licks left and right.
Yeah, because what is he like? He's like 5'6".
Yeah, he's a small dude. He's like Doc, let's just say he's like Doc size, like fun, fun size.
Yeah, but at least Tyreek Hill or Tyreek Cohen, he's wide. He's thick for a dude. You know what I mean? That pause. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's probably not the best word to describe a dude. Thick.
He's thick. He's real thick. He's real thick.
He's a thickie, bro.
I'll tell you this, and I'll finish it off, man. The Bears, just period. The defense, go out there and do what you always do. You know what I'm saying, and keep Green Bay's offense, somewhat to a minimum. And the keys to winning this game for the offense is to convert on third down. Don't force anything. Don't give turnovers over to Green Bay because they're definitely going to eat off of that shit.
Where are they at? They in Lambeau?
And score for fuck. I
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, they're in Lambeau.
Okay. We're on the road. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen Mitch play well in Lambeau.
But even then though,
he brings that other dynamic.
Just on offense, bro, we're gonna have to motherfucking be able to score first.
It's true.
We're gonna have to score first. I think our defense will be able to shut down.
I don't want to bring up. I don't want to bring up any.
I don't know Akeem Hicks, but you know what I'm saying.
I was gonna bring that up because if they know this team well because they're division rivals, and if they know Hicks is out, right? They're gonna be like, all right, our plan of attack is their strength of their team. Because let's be honest, in that system that they run in Green Bay, their strength is the zone run. Because he's a Shanahan ripoff. He's a Shanahan disciple, Matt LaFleur, right? And then the beauty of it is if they ever get into shootout scenarios, they have Aaron Rodgers, right? So in this case, if there's no Hicks, bruh, that's going to be their emphasis of attack. Is just get them on the ground and beat them up so bad that then eventually rip off play action. Here's my next question. Is my man Jalen Johnson okay? Because he got kind of wounded that Monday night too against the Vikings. Where it looked bad for a second, but I didn't read anything on him. I didn't see
I haven't heard anything.
Okay,
I haven't heard anything.
Cool.
We follow a thread that definitely keeps us
updated.
That keeps us updated on injuries, and I haven't heard any Jalen Johnson news. So as far as I'm concerned, he's ready to go.
As far as I'm concerned, the Rook should be good to go. So
because now we're talking. Here's the one thing: if Akeem Hicks is out of this game, which he probably is, because that was a hamstring, right?
I think he'll be out.
If he's out, we're gonna see Eddie Jackson, phenomenal free safety. Now he's going to play the box more often than not.
Oh, God.
And that's going to leave things open for a tight end or a single covered receiver with no safety help now. You know what I mean? So so now you worry about MVS popping a big one because there will be no safety help because he's going to need to help stop the run. You know what I mean? those are the things that I look at. And Aaron Rodgers, he's our fellow Sagittarius, Sweetness. So you know he's thinking these things. He's thinking of things like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know
So
what I
this is the thing. I think the Bears need to find someone else to put in the box because, for one, Eddie Jackson does better when he's ball hogging.
Yeah,
when
he's lurking around.
When he's lurking. And for two, he can't fucking tackle. He hasn't been able to tackle since Alabama.
He hasn't.
That's just a fact. So, yeah, we need somebody else.
So helping him helping the box isn't gonna help. Oh
fuck no. And if I see if fucking Chuck Pagano puts him in there, I'm gonna be even more mad at Chuck Pagano.
Yeah.
He's fuck dude, man. Hey, you know what? I was probably the maddest person when we got rid of. We didn't get rid of Fangio.
He left.
But he left. But I was the most pissed person when he wasn't
Me too.
here. Oh man, dude, I hated that shit so much.
You know,
and I'm like, yo, man, what? I know, like that's my boy.
In the history,
he's like one of those old Italian mob bosses and shit.
I've almost known Smokey for a year now, right? And Smokey was when he first came on the show, I was immediately bagging on Chuck Pagano. I'm like, yo, I don't trust that guy. I'm like, he's a defensive minded guy, and everywhere he's been, the defense is not good. And I'm like, he's being saved by his personnel. You know what I mean? Like everybody.
I like the story of Chuck Pagano. I don't like him as
my
I
love the story.
I don't like him as my DC though.
When he was with the Colts, bruh, when he was with coaching for the Colts, you know what I'd do? Start every fucking running back against them because they sucked against the run. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ, bro. Yeah, man.
Hey, here's how the Bears are going to get beat on defensive wise. We're going to say it right quick. You know what I'm saying? So Akeem Hicks not being there definitely opens up the run for Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams. But whoever the receiver that Buster Screen is motherfucking, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
He is anointing.
Yo, don't even. Yo,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it, but
I think he should have packed his bags. He should have packed his bags.
He's been beat He's been beat.
Yeah, he gets beat, man.
He's been beat every game.
He should have packed his bags after week 1, bro.
Lazard, Tanyan, MVS. If Buster Screen is not
whoever's in the slot,
because
Buster Screen. And here's the thing: when Jalen Johnson got hurt in that Monday nighter against the Vikings,
oh my God! Then Screen shifts over.
Yeah, out wide because Buster Screen, he's a nickelback. That's all he is.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that's what you do, Buster Screen. You know what I mean? And even him in the nickel spot, he's gonna get got by the size wise. Like if it's Adams or Lazard that he has to guard, bruh, like it's not a good look. You know what I mean?
So we need to make
Adams
sure
gets
that somebody
moved around.
travels. Yeah,
he needs help. We
need to travel as cornerbacks because our cornerbacks are really good. Starting with Kyle Fuller, he's having a great defense.
Kyle Fuller's the shit.
He's going up there. He's making tackles. He's playing the ball. He's being aggressive. He's being smart.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck yeah, dude. I didn't think it was going to turn out to be like this.
Because you know what, too,
he started off good. He started off great. He took a little dip, and I was kind of worried about it. He's back. He's back. That's all. He's
also,
back.
too, because, man, Kyle Fuller, to me, I always felt that he played better like soft zone or like off coverage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, because he was one of those dudes I felt used to get beat on the line, but he's been way more aggressive this year. Like he's been jamming fools on the line. They're not just playing him off. You know what I mean? But I still think that's his strength. Play him off coverage, like you know what I mean, like a little bit of space, because you have Jalen Johnson who should be that role. Like eventually, Jalen Johnson will be the guy who will play against Devontae Adams for years to come, because he'll jam that motherfucker up. Because Jalen Johnson is that physicality. You know what I mean? He's just still wet behind the ears.
He is raw.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but Kyle Fuller, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing, and like you said, he does need a little bit of space, but he plays better that way. He plays smarter. He can see it better. But so Buster Screen drill. Oh my god, dude! When he played for the Jets,
He was
Jets,
fun.
that was a stat. That was a stat that came out. I think it was his last year, right before he came over. Dude, the worst ranked nickelback in the league.
Yeah.
Getting his ass dragged all over the field every.
You know why I
fucking
say
time.
he was fun? Because I used to start every slot receiver against him. If I needed to stream something, I'd be like, who's playing? What slot receiver is playing the Jets, bruh? I love Buster Screen.
Jesus.
Nah, man, but it's a must-win game for the Bears.
So that was Drill's lock. You know, what I'm saying, I was gonna say lock of the week, game of the week. I saw two that caught my attention. Obviously, I'm a Bear down. That's gonna be the most exciting game for me to watch. But on the outside, I'm kind of looking at some divisional matchups, and the Titans Colts. The Titans at the Colts is a big one. That one's I think 7-3, 7-3 record going in, and the next one I like a lot was the one that got moved from today, which is the Ravens at Pittsburgh, because, the Ravens has got a lot to lose in this game.
I'm going to say it. I think Lamar has COVID.
What do you mean? You think?
Because
why? You think he's been had it since
No.
forever?
No, I think he's one of the, because they're not releasing the name, like, immediately.
Oh, no. No, it's out there.
So they said he got it?
Oh yeah.
I missed that.
No, yeah. We got you. We got your back.
Okay. Because
shout out Fantasy Life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm telling you, bro. Like see,
damn, that's crazy. We should drop a bomb. You got a soundbite, Brody?
No. But listen, the bomb went off in my head because immediately when they moved the game and they weren't releasing the names yesterday. When they postponed the game, bro, I was like, oh shit, Lamar got it. Because they wouldn't do that. They would be like, Lamar, you're playing with all the team 2 and 3 guys. You know what I mean? And if you think about it, you know what I mean? Like if you're in a hurry up offense, right? And your running backs had COVID, and you licked your fingers every time before they snapped the ball, and you're in a hurry up, bro, boom, he got it. Fast.
Unless they're wearing gloves.
Hey,
unless they're wearing gloves.
Let's do it. Let's do a social. Let's do a shot real quick.
Yeah, let's do it. I just poured one up. Hold on. I'm gonna grab a beer for a chase. Hold on.
Yeah, do your thing, big bro. That's crazy because I'm thinking the whole time that everybody knows. I'm thinking everybody knows about this already.
Well, I've been tapped out of like. You know what's funny is shout out to the Fantasy Football Plug because when I'm not reading up on anything, I'll just check his Instagram because he posts a post for every single blurb that comes out.
Big cheers, fellas! Big cheers!
Big cheers, my brother. To the bros.
To the bros.
Hey, I'm since this is the after dark, after hours Thanksgiving special. I want to say I'm thankful that I met y'all, man. You guys are the shit, man.
Right back at you. Right back at you.
Thankful for you and just the whole person, the whole being, bro. You the shit, big guy, for real. I fuck with you.
I really appreciate that.
Fuck with you, man. Hell yeah, bro.
And this is well, you know what's the best part about it? Man, this is only the beginning, bro. And you know what? I mean, you've been fucking with me long enough now. You know what I always say? It only gets better, bruh.
Yes, sir.
It only gets better. Okay. So between your 2 game of the weeks, I like your choices. I like the 3 choices so far. Because I'm actually interested to see Trubisky in the triumphant return to try to save the team now. Like, ironically, they benched him because they didn't want to lose their undefeated streak in the middle of week 3. So they throw in Nick Foles, the good Christian, right? They know white Jesus.
4 games in a row.
Right? And
but
then,
you don't. So it sucks so bad because you don't get what you said. What Matt Nagy said he wanted, that was his guy. You didn't get the game manager. You didn't get the simple passes. You didn't get the you didn't get the guy that was going
You
to
got
manage the game.
trash.
Yes, and you got a guy that couldn't even throw the ball as good as Trubisky was doing it. You actually got a guy that was doing work that ended up doing worse than Trubisky.
Listen, bro. Shout out to
And he
Darnell
couldn't
Mooney,
even-
bro. How many times is Darnell Mooney gonna get open and just not get the ball thrown in his vicinity? That's frustrating.
I brought it up earlier. I brought that shit up earlier when I was
I want Justin Fields.
Darnell Mooney is a phantom. He's a phantom playmaker. That means him and Hollywood Brown, bro. Him and Marquise Brown, they're at the top. They got a ton of air yards, but that only means that they're trying to get the ball to them, but they keep missing. You know what I mean?
Somebody give me Kaepernick. Where's Kaepernick at?
Hey, Kaepernick, he'll throw. You know what's funny? Kaepernick only had one style of throw, and that was just with all his strength. So it's like, it didn't matter if it was a windy game or not. That motherfucker will cut through that wind, and he'll still jam that finger on the receiver.
He had such a weird delivery, too.
It was a big windup. That's what I called it.
It was just crazy.
Yeah.
And he looked like, the way he looked, it was just like unorthodox as fuck.
He has a haymaker windup. You know what I mean? He has
when he used to run the ball, when he used to run off with the ball, it looked like he was on stilts and shit.
Yeah,
like
a gazelle. Like a gazelle.
Yes, sir.
Like a fucking gazelle.
But it worked.
Yes, bro. He would stride 3 yards at a time. That's 9 feet at a time, bro.
This motherfucker was literally galloping out there, bro.
He was a fucking gazelle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out Cap.
Yeah, shout out to Cap, man. He changed the industry, man. He did that. You know what's funny? Side note, I went into hating him. Loving him, hating him, and then loving him as a human being and just like a movement. It's so funny.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I hated him. He was like a sour little bitch, bro. Like when he would lose, like when he started losing, like he started off winning, bro. Yeah, he'd be looking down, like in the post conference. It's like, motherfucker, put your head up, bro. You know what I mean?
Get out your feelings, nigga.
You fucking Squidward looking motherfucker. You know what I mean? And like, listen.
Why you gotta kill him like that?
Because he was one of mine.
You long nosed motherfucker.
Listen. I like that motherfucker though. Like,
Scottie Pippen looking
bro. He fucking discovered. I just heard what you said. He discovered he was black one day, bro. Like. That's how crazy it was. Like he grew up in a white, and he was adopted by a white family, bro. He had a pet turtle. Like this motherfucker was not normal. And then
I got 2 turtles, Bo. I got 2 turtles, Bo.
Listen, I love turtles.
Yo, I got 2 pet turtles, but I'm from the hood.
Hey, when he went to college though, he was a Kappa dog. Like, hey, I guess shout out to some of my niggas that are Kappas out there, dog. And that's a
black fraternity,
all black fraternity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, those are the guys, his college buddies. When he went to San Francisco, they were the ones that were like, "Yo, you should go take classes at Berkeley. That's where the Black Panthers was at. That's where where black people were recognized. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm from the Bay, so and my godfather was black growing up, and he used to tell me, "Little nigga, you ain't white, so they're gonna look at you like a nigga, but you ain't no nigga. We ain't no niggas neither." Like he used to always say that, and it never registered with me as a kid. You know what I'm saying? But it was just such a powerful statement, and because he got murdered when I was young. So it was one of those things that was such a powerful statement to me because it was like, wow, I'm from an area where the conscious minds flourish because the conscious minds are usually suppressed, especially when they're colored. You know what I mean? Anyways, I could take us down that rabbit hole, but we'll go back to the game of the week.
Let's not go too far down.
Yeah, my game of the week, right? My game of the week is I really like.
You gonna say some outlandish shit? I can feel it coming.
Listen.
I can feel it coming.
I really like. I'm looking at when I'm trying to pick my game of the week. I'm looking at the quarterback duels, and for fantasy, I love the idea of Josh Allen, the Stallion.
I was about to say Buffalo versus the Chargers.
Right? I love him versus Herbert. But I also love the OG running quarterback, Cam Newton, Superman, versus Kyler Ren. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to go there either. I'm going to go Tom Brady versus Mahomes, bro. That's where I'm going. And
I'm feeling that.
This is why I'm going there too, bro. I'm going to take you in a time machine real quick. When Patrick Mahomes 2018 gets to the AFC Championship, and then stupid D Ford gets the fucking the offsides call when they picked off Brady for the win.
I was so happy,
bro. And there was an offsides call, and then they gives them a first down. Brady goes down and fucking wins this thing. And then you know what and then Brady. This was funny though, because this is why I like Brady too. Brady, the bitch, is talking to him. Tom Brady, how do you feel? It was the first AFC championship you had to, not the first, but it was an AFC championship. You had to go on the road, and he cuts her off. Hey, I just want to say, shout out to my beautiful wife and kids, and blah, blah. Like, he was fucking arrogant as fuck. And then, behind the scenes, what people don't know is that Tom Brady went into the Chiefs' locker room.
Facts.
And he went to go tell this man, bruh, you are the truth. You're gonna make it far in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And first of all, that's total disrespect just going into that locker room. But he's Tom Brady that they parted it like Moses in the Red Sea. They were like, let this man in. You know what I mean?
I gotta holler at Patrick real quick.
Yeah, and he did drop some ism on him. He did drop some real ism on him. Like, bro, you're gonna be the guy, bro. Like, And then guess what? Now, you know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes is that boy. He's a boy.
He is.
In the Bay Area, when you the shit, they say, oh, he a boy. You know what I mean? Like, when you the shit, oh, you a boy. Bro, Patrick Mahomes, he a boy, bro. And check this out. This is funny to me.
Short status.
This is what's funny to me is because
I'm about to start using that shit.
Because bro, he's a boy, bro. You know what's funny too?
Hey, motherfuckers out here in Chi-Town, they'll be like, hey, I'm a grown ass man.
Nah, he's a boy, bro.
Say the same thing.
He a boy.
Motherfuckers out here can't hear nothing, bro.
Hey, he the boy. Hey, you know what's funny is you hear Drake in low key, he been throwing that in his raps the last couple years. Drake the boy, like he be trying to you know what I mean? Because he steals lingo from everywhere. But what's also funny too, real quick before I continue my rant, is that I am from the Bay Area where the LGBT community is the thing. So it's like sometimes you have to actually reference whether or not someone is a boy or not. You know what I mean? Oh, nah, bro, he's a boy. You know what I mean? But when you're the shit, it means you the boy. Oh, he a boy. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes, he a boy, bruh. And Tom Brady, this is gonna be him having to eat his own words. Like, I went into that locker room to not only give him some words of encouragement, but also flex, just straight up flex on him. You know what I mean? In his own locker room, in the AFC title game after the fact. You know what I mean? Where they actually won the game, but because of a fucking offsides call that had nothing to do with the pick. Right? Like, D Ford, and you know what they did? They shipped off D Ford. Get the fuck out of here, D Ford. And then, side note again, D Ford comes to my Niners. We trade for him, and then lose in a Super Bowl with him. Fuck you, D Ford. Anyways. D Ford is probably bad luck. Anyways.
Banned from Chicago. He ain't even been here. He's banned.
He's from Chicago?
No, he's banned from here because he's a bad luck.
Oh yeah. But you know what though, Ryan Pace, you know, we might be like, yo, bro, we got D Ford for you, and Ryan Pace would be like, okay. Ryan Pace, just listen, we about to trade y'all Jimmy G. Watch. Nah. Anyways, now check this out. So Tom Brady, he's gonna be looking on the other side of that field at Patrick Mahomes, who may have the voice of Kermit the Frog, but he's a stone killer, bruh. You know what I mean? And he has the talent. He has the natural talent as a quarterback that Tom Brady will never have. Tom Brady has something that he has a lion heart, bruh. Tom Brady has an elephant memory, and he has a lion heart. But him physical build, you know, he doesn't, you know, he's an overachiever, bruh. Patrick Mahomes is built for this. He's made for this, and he has the psyche of a Tom Brady, Andrew Luck, Aaron Rodgers. He has the psyche, the QB intelligence at this age, and he's gonna be able to shred up Tom Brady's defense.
I seen. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good.
I don't mean to cut you off at all. But coming from this last game that I seen him when he played the Raiders, he has total leadership over his team, even being as young as he is. You know, Kelsey was trash talking, you know, a couple of the Raiders.
And he told him, hey, yo, chill, bruh.
He was like, hey, line up, Kelsey. Line up. You can hear it plain as day through the TV.
Yeah, because there's no fucking audience.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Because there's no audience there. But to see the straight leadership that Patrick Mahomes has and how they respect him as their leader on the offense, bro, is huge, bro. And fucking, that's why, you know, in my rankings, you know what I'm saying, and everything else, just Patrick Mahomes is just up there, bro. So, like, man, I agree with you, bro. And it's definitely on some revenge shit, bro. Like, honestly, you know, you bringing up going in a time machine and going back to that shit, who does not want to beat the GOAT? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
we you know what I'm saying? And Patrick
He's
Mahomes is
never
special.
beat Tom Brady, too, and they've played 3 times in their career. And Patrick Mahomes did beat the Patriots, but it was the Cam Newton. It was not even Cam Newton. Was it Stedman?
Yeah.
It was Hoyer
Stidham.
It was like Hoyer. It was Hoyer.
Okay.
It was Hoyer then Stedman. Because they made us. No, yeah, in the same game, both of those quarterbacks played. Yeah, it didn't count. That's my game of the week.
Love it. I love that shit, bro. I love that shit like a motherfucker. You know, I'm a fucking Brady truther.
I love Brady too, man.
Patrick Mahomes is definitely on his way. That's why, you know, Tom Brady respected him enough to disrespect his locker room like that.
I'm going to keep it all the way a buck, bro. I'm going to keep it all the way a buck, pun intended, because Tom Brady's on the Bucks. I'm going to keep it a buck. Bro, even when he was with the Patriots for the last 2 decades, I loved Tom Brady because everybody hated him. I'm from the Bay Area, so Raiders hate him. And because of that goddamn tuck rule. And and bro, I always loved Brady because Brady
did not bring that up in the show.
It wasn't a fumble.
He was a 49er fan, bro, growing up.
Yeah.
So I claimed Brady just same way I claim Aaron Rodgers. No offense to you guys are Bears fans, but Aaron Rodgers wanted to be a Niner so bad he grew. Listen, and those guys are great because they grew up idolizing Joe Montana and Steve Young. You know what I mean?
Tom Brady Tom Brady was at Candlestick when Joe Montana threw that game winning touchdown.
The catch, bro.
He was at that game.
Those are his idols. And
Tom Brady was at that game with his dad.
He was in the end zone. He had the good seats.
He'll never say he's better than them.
No.
But he'll never say he's better than them. He'll never say he's the GOAT. But he will tell you, you know what I'm saying, I won. You know, I got rings. I got MVPs for days.
He got 2 hands for his rings.
I'm telling you,
he's
a humble,
hands.
but he's humble as fuck. A lot of people got Tom Brady twisted, man. But this is
I gotta disagree, Sweetness.
He's
not humble.
I would say he's humble, man.
I would say he's not. You know why? he was in the Patriot way. Where, because do you guys know behind the scenes, check this out, bro.
I love this conversation.
Bill Belichick, bro. Bill Belichick. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's always, but when he's in front of the media, he's we're on to Cincinnati. He's that guy. Check this out. He would shit on Tom Brady in front of the team when Tom Brady makes mistakes. So somebody wrote a book. There's a Patriots beat reporter that as soon as Tom Brady left the Patriots, he published this book because he had 2 decades of what it was going on behind the scenes. Bill Belichick would throw on film in front of the team and be like, Tommy, this is where you fucked up bad right here. You see this? And bro, that's why there was so much resentment from Tom Brady. That's why Tom Brady, in his last years with the Patriots, he was doing some swaggy ass shit like, listen, I'm gonna go into the Chiefs locker room right now, bro. You know what I mean? Bro.
Yeah.
And okay, when they played the Rams in that Super Bowl, this is what they said. This is what Julian Edelman said. He said, when Tom Brady first got into the locker room, he jumped on the bench and said, I'm the baddest motherfucker alive. You know what I mean? Bro, when the fuck Tom Brady is a beast, and Bruce Arians, you would think, because Bruce Arians is arrogant. You would think, but Bruce Arians is also not Bill Belichick. Bruce Arians will be in the goddamn post-conference and be like, Tom Brady made a lot of mistakes. A lot of things are on his hands, right? Belichick would never do that. He would shit on you behind the scenes, right? So I think
he'll shit on you behind
this
front of your whole team.
Yes, but this angry version of Tom Brady, I like it. Humble, as far as his achievements in life, I agree. On the field, though, he does, that's why I feel like Belichick was great for him, because he would be like,
he leveled them up.
He would be like, hey, chill. You know what I mean? Get back into this game. You know what I mean?
He was the yin to his yang.
Do you remember last year? Do you remember last year, 2019? There was a game when they lost to the Baltimore Ravens. It was early November, or it might have even been Halloween week. I forget what it was. Yeah, it was a Sunday nighter. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson, 2019. They go into New England, spanked them, right? There was a time in the game where Tom Brady got face to face with Josh McDaniels. He was, you know what I mean? So there was already signs of him just tired, like, listen, bro, I'm a beast, bro. The fuck? You know what I mean? He got in Josh McDaniels' face like, fuck your calls, bro. Yeah,
my whole thing with that, man, honestly, bro, is just the simple fact that Tom Brady had all this built up animosity, and we got to see the worst end of it. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't always motherfucking rainbows and butterflies, bro. So at some point, it's going to pop off. And he'd been dealing with this shit so long, because how many times were there conversations about Tommy leaving the fucking Patriots? It happened all the time. So, you know, there's definitely some head bumping going on there. And, you know, I could fucking say that, just like, you know, Jordan with the Bulls back in the day. Yeah, we were winning shit all fucking day, but look at the front office and Michael. How the fuck he treated Jerry Cross the whole time, and how Jerry Cross treated. Yeah, fuck dude. But,
little man complex.
Yeah, man.
Okay, how about this? Hold on. What time is it right now? And y'all time?
What we got, man? I'm on
It's 3 o'clock in the morning overall.
Okay,
I got 1 o'clock. No, my bad. I got 2 o'clock.
Okay, so you're East Coast time, Drill.
Yeah, I'm in Florida, big dog.
Oh shit, big dog! I didn't know
we all over the map, man. We got Florida in the house.
So 1 o'clock your time or 2 o'clock your time. Okay, so we've been going on. Yeah, because this is an extendo version. Okay, no, that's why I knew I should close this thing out, because I had another. I wanted to go one more quick segment, but then I'm like, you know, it's probably time to cut it. Because I wanted to go quick, unless you guys want a rapid fire or bold prediction thing. But maybe we'll save that for another day. Because I wanted to go rapid fire bold prediction. Bro, we move Jimmy G back to the Patriots. And then we draft Kyle Williams from BYU. And then we bring over Matt Ryan for a year. That's what the Niners do.
I could see that. I could see that happening like a motherfucker. So you're both predicting just for home teams, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Just for home team.
Yeah. And you know what the crazy part is about that? I always thought Matt Ryan for the Niners coming up this next season. So that's crazy. That's a great bold prediction. As far as the Bears go, man, you know, it really fucking depends on where we land, where we finish, what pick we get, what we're willing to give up. You know, there's a lot of Khalil Mack talk going on. So, you know, my bold prediction is probably not that bold. But then again, it is, because it's like a 50 split if you ask anybody that's a Bears fan. You know, trading Khalil Mack. Bold prediction, the Bears trade him too. So, you know, we trade Khalil Mack for, I don't know, man, dude. It's just tough. For like a nice pick, I don't know where, but, you know, and then we bring Sam Darnold in, you know what I'm saying, for next year. And we, you know, we get some draft capital, and we get some offensive linemen in the fucking system where we need them for the Khalil Mack shit.
Man, I'll take Khalil Mack off y'all.
Hey, bold prediction, motherfucking Allen Robinson goes to the motherfucking Houston Texans, and shit, they're gonna see what Deshaun Watson goes. Deshaun Watson is gonna go ahead and shit on us and let them know what it would have been like for Deshaun Watson, Allen Robinson hook up in Chicago.
Bro, you know what's crazy? I love that one, bro. Like that's one of those ones where like when the trade rumors were going down, that's where I had him going. Like when Allen Robinson's like, I want out of here. That's where I had him going. So I agree, man. I love it, man.
Damn.
And real quick, are you guys looking at Kyle Williams? Is that his name? Am I saying that right? I'm pretty fucked up.
Well, look. This is the thing with the Bears front office. We know they don't know how to judge talent. So I don't know what's going on.
So they might want to look at him if the Niners are looking at him, though, right? Like how they thought we were looking at Trubisky. You know, I had to do it.
Oh shit! Yeah, and there might be another setup. You know what I mean? Fucking Niners talking that shit over there just to, you know, plan a fucking booby trap. It's a booby trap.
Yeah. All right, my brothers, let them know where they can find y'all, and we'll close this thing up. I think we legit did a 3-hour joint. I love it. It's going up.
Yes, sir, man. You can find, first off, you can find all of us on, you know, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Bears, Brews, and the Bros. Me personally, you can find me at Fantasy Sweetness on Instagram, Twitter. And yeah, man, the whole crew's there. You know, come fuck with us. We dropping dimes all day.
What I'm saying, bro, you can find me at Fantasy Drill, motherfucking on IG. I'm not on too many platforms, but I'm definitely with the Bears, Brews, and the Bros. And Brody already told you Sweetness, bro. You can find us on every platform. Tune into that motherfucking podcast, man. Spotify, you know, Apple motherfucking podcast. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and tune in to us, man. Subscribe, man. Drop a like. Do what you gotta do, bro, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out GMM Network, bro. Hey, fucking, Bud Light needs to pay my guy already, bro.
Right?
Seriously,
and Tito's,
Bud Light.
If I drank a heavier beer, I wouldn't be able to go all night. I'm an elder statesman these days. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do some type of extravaganza coming up pretty soon here for the Sagittarius season, because they got all the homies' birthdays is coming up, including mine. You know what I mean? We're going to do something. We're going to get something going.
Yeah, we coming up. We coming up for sure, man.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure. Playmakers, you heard these gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? And I encourage y'all to check them out on all platforms. Bears, Brews, and the Bros podcast. Man, I'm really thankful that I'm a part of these gentlemen's journey because, man, I'm on the same journey and our paths intertwine and we going up. The grit don't quit. Hey.
There you go.